This is the fallen angel Christopher Daniels, former TNA X Division champion and former TNA World Tag Team champion, and you are listening to the TNA Cross the Line podcast. Enjoy.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 62 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I'm Colling Jr. With me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. And Dallas, we're coming off of the Bloody Wednesday or whatever, and the Super X Cup thing. And last week, we skipped a week because, well, there was no show. It was a recap show, which I know that you'll get into later. But we watched a WWA bonus episode. But now we're back onto TNA, and last time that there was like a week hiatus, it was almost like a reset. In like 2002, they skipped a week, I think around the same time in September, and I think that's when they got more money.
Yeah.
And an influx of talent came in and stuff like that. But this time around, it's kind of different because we actually have long-standing storylines, so I'm imagining a lot of stuff might still stay the same. But what are we looking forward to in the final 3 months of 2003?
Well, first off, that's wild to think that we have 3 months left, dude. When we started this podcast, I was like, we're 2003. How are we going to do this for a year and get to the anniversary show? Now we're almost done with 2003. And I've said it before, but the way that we record the show, since our episodes drop 18 years to the day, time's flying like in real life too. So the fact that it is September right now, nearing October, is crazy to me. So I don't know, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to do at this end of this year. And I agree. I don't really know if we're really going to get that reset that we got last year. But giving us that Super X Cup was like, well, first off, it was a nice like placeholder show. It wasn't super bullshit, which was nice. But in the Wednesday Bloody Wednesday cage match did essentially continue some storylines. I don't think it necessarily elevated them at all, but it helped continue some feuds, so you kind of remember, oh, wait, those guys are fighting. So I'm curious where we're going to go from here, and I do have some things in my notes that might lead us in a direction that we might be familiar with. So I'm looking forward to talking about that. But, yeah, man, WWA show, I'm going to apologize to all of our listeners again. I'm sorry that we did that.
No, you're not, because guess what? There's one more to go.
Well, yeah, and we're going to do it because we are completionists.
That's right.
And I mean, if we weren't completionists, we would have started this TNA podcast in the Impact Zone.
Absolutely would have.
Because we know the Impact Zone is going to be good as fuck. But no, we had the opportunity to start from the beginning. WWE had a whopping 5 pay-per-views. That's our bonus series, and we will be covering that one at the end here of 2003. And then we'll say goodbye forever. Actually, that'll probably be releasing around the same time that we're going to do like a 2003 recap, which don't know how we're going to do that with how much has gone on, but stay tuned, and we will talk about that once we get closer. We have a couple months before that happens, though. But yeah, man, last week's show we both enjoyed. We flew through like 7 Super X Cup matches. It was wild. But we're not going to go through all of those. You listen to the show, and we're going to talk a lot about stuff in the notes. But essentially, what happened last week, we had that random match with Mad Mikey and Laz. That was a whopping 1 minute and 45 seconds that opened up our show. I've never seen Laz in my entire life. I was doing some Googling on Laz, actually, and I forgot to bring it with me over here. But he has a trading card, like a TNA trading card.
He does.
And I wonder if I can find it real quick on Google, because I was reading the back of it, and because we were like, dude, we know nothing about this person besides like, oh, they've done some, explosion and stuff. Okay, here we go. I found the trading card. I want to read the back of it. Then we'll all know who Laz is. And I don't know if we ever see Laz again, actually, but at least on pay-per-view. But it says, a true fan of Britney Spears, the odd Laz has appeared on several TNA broadcasts dressed as his favorite female singer. these strange antics seem to annoy Laz's opponents, as they are hesitant to fight a superstar dressed as a pop singer. Regardless, Laz is popular with the TNA fans and is always entertaining when he appears. And I thought that was absolutely hilarious, because the fact that he's supposed to be dressed as Britney Spears.
I mean, it's not even remotely close to being an accurate description of him.
Dude, I don't know. I thought it was one of the funniest things I read, and I was loving it.
Yeah.
But anyways, so that happened, and then of course we know that Chris Sabin defeated Juventud in the finals to win the Super X Cup, which is pretty big. And that was the longest match out of all of them. That went 14 minutes and 45 seconds. And I mean, we had matches that were just over 2 minutes long in that tournament as well. And then, of course, in the main event, the Bloody Wednesday steel cage match, Chris Harris, James Storm, D'Lo Brown, Jeff Jarrett, and Raven defeated AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Johnny Swinger, Shane Douglas, and Simon Diamond in 20 minutes and 33 seconds. And Eric Watts is the special referee, and he did fucking nothing in that entire match. So that was pretty much what happened the last time we were talking TNA. Now, we do have some stuff to catch up on in our notes, because unfortunately they didn't stop writing about TNA in our 2-week break, but I cut a lot of the garbage out, so it won't be too bad. But okay, I'm talking really fast. But before we get there, we do have to bring up some very unfortunate news that happened recently, and that was the passing of Daphne, which was really tragic, the way it all went down. She passed away September 2nd. This episode is dropping on September 17th, so it's kind of older news by the time you're hearing this, and I'm sure everyone is already aware. But she is obviously, she wrestled in WCW, and then she was in TNA a bunch as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure she was in that lingerie battle royal in the beginning, and we didn't even realize, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, I don't even remember that. I saw that I think she was in TNA from like 2008 to 2011 or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Which is, I'm assuming off and on, because I don't remember her being there for that consistent of a stretch of time.
Well, I do know she suffered a very significant injury at one point.
I do remember that.
And I'm pretty sure she's gone on record saying, like, I mean, that kind of fucked her up.
Right.
And she had some, she struggled a lot.
Was it? I don't know if it was a head. Was it head or back or something like
that? I just was reading about it too. Shit, I definitely was a concussion as part of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was also a back injury. But also, just to confirm, on pay-per-view number 2, she wrestled as Just Shannon, which is obviously her real name, in that lingerie battle royal, the Miss TNA one. And then she went on to also wrestle as Lucy on Explosion before. And then I don't think it's listed on Cage Match, at least because I thought she did it in TNA, but she did like the Shark Girl stuff with Shark Boy as well, unless that's later.
Yeah, and I believe she was part of Ring of Honor with CM Punk as Lucy as well.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Don't quote me on that. I shouldn't be saying things I don't know for sure. But I'm pretty sure in 2003.
In 2003, I'm seeing she was Lucy and Vic Grimes teamed up in a match. I see that. And we got, what's this match here?
Yeah, so she also appeared in Ring of Honor. She was there April 26, 2003.
Okay, so she didn't wrestle, though, but that's why it's not listed on Cage Match, I'm guessing then.
Right. I think she was just a manager for CM Punk, and she also was in OVW.
Yeah.
By July.
Yeah, actually.
I didn't know that.
I believe her and Mickie James ended up being roommates.
Who?
Mickie James, Alexis Lurie.
Yeah.
But, it was really sad, and this is another case, just like when Bobby Eaton passed recently as well, that like I saw on Twitter and everything, like the outpour of like she was such like a great person was happening, and it's really sad when you see that stuff like that, and Yeah, man. I don't know. I really like Daphne. When I watched my WCW 2000 run through that I was watching before, which I've mentioned many times on the show, I actually really enjoyed Daphne with being with Crowbar. I thought they were a great pair. Of course, the screaming is a lot, but like,
Well, here's the
I
thing.
thought it was.
You know, I've said that screaming would drive me fucking bonkers. But here's the thing: when they were heels, that's the fucking point.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
That's the point.
But they
And
were.
when they became babyfaces, she definitely toned it down. She didn't do it nearly as much.
No, that's a good point. But they were a great duo. And of course, she ended up winning the cruiserweight title, which is kind of wild to think about.
Yeah. Well, so I remember that day I was on Twitter, and somebody mentioned, oh, you know, Daphne's kind of losing it on Instagram Live, and whenever you see something like that, you're kind of like, well, what could be going on? I thought maybe she's just shooting on the business or something. Be like, fuck.
So yeah, right, yeah.
Dixie Carter's piece of shit, whatever. Not that she is, but you know, some wrestlers will say that stuff.
Yeah.
And well, I go on there, and she's crying, which, when you're in her mental state, is probably understandable. And she just kept saying that she was all alone, and that makes me feel as if some kind of relationship or something had ended, because they were like, oh, you know, they left me. I'm all by myself now. She just kept on crying. It was very sad, uncomfortable. I couldn't continue watching it because she was like fiddling with something underneath the blanket. And I was like, I am not about to witness
anything. Yeah, on Instagram,
like, traumatizing. Yeah, like I'm not about to deal with that.
And you know, I think because I chimed in at one point. I wasn't really listening because I was thinking I might have been watching something at the time too, but I was watching and seeing people who are like her friends trying to reach out and be like, no, like we love you and like all this stuff. Man, it was heartbreaking.
And it's, in hindsight, it's just so sad because you would see people like Velvet Sky or Angelina Love would be like, I'm trying to contact you, and her phone would fall over because of the vibrations of phone calls or text messages, probably from her wrestling family.
Yep.
And she just didn't care. She just didn't feel like there was anybody with her. And I mean, it's just an extreme example of you know, injuries or what have you in wrestling, but just in general of mental health.
Yep, I was just about to say.
I've even recently, in regards to work, I've been dealing with mental health stuff, and it's just like, you gotta try to take control of it. You can't let stuff like that kind of control your life. Now, obviously, it's easier said than done. I'm not gonna say that she's at fault for anything that happened, because it's just a tragedy to begin with. But I wish that we, as a society, were more reactive instead of proactive. Because if she's been feeling all alone, all these people that are, you know, sending their love and stuff like that are only doing it because of what happened. They're not, you know, why don't we just pick a random person, a random wrestler every day, and just be like, hey, Amazing Red, love you. Fucking work was amazing. Because you never know. I just wish that we weren't so reactive when something as so horrible as what happened to Daphne occurs. Because then there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
To change it.
Yeah. It's you know, it's okay to not be okay. And it's okay to ask for help and, you know, reach out to people. This was one of the most tragic wrestling passings in recent memory.
Absolutely.
To me. And I don't know, man. It sucks, and I hate that we even got to talk about stuff like that. But yeah.
Well, here's my thing. I know I'm not going to speak for Dallas, but I'm sure what I'm about to say, he'll reciprocate it. I know that we have we're not a huge podcast by any means, but we are growing. There's other lunatics that want to watch TNA wrestling from the very beginning. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But if you are listening to this, whether it be in September of 2021 or maybe it's in December of 2025 in the future, it doesn't matter. If you are having horrible thoughts, if you feel worthless, do not do something that could be regrettable or it could hurt yourself or your family. Reach out to me, whether it be through the TNA Cross the Line Podcast Twitter message thing or my personal Twitter account, which if you just search in Bob Colling Jr., you'll find me, or it's just Bob Russ Recap. And reach out to me that way. If you just want to talk wrestling, if you want to talk sports, or if you just need somebody to vent to, I'm more than available to help out anybody that needs it. I would be remiss if we didn't share the number that has been going around a lot with posts about the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which is 800-273-8255. I believe if you contact them, it's anonymous. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to know who you are. I believe. I'm hoping that's accurate.
I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
Yeah. So there's outlets to be reached out to, whether it be a guy that's just randomly talking about TNA wrestling or WWF 1996, whichever one you listen to. Feel free to get in contact. Just if you need an escape, this is part of that escape. But if you need an escape outside of this escape, just get in contact with me and we'll figure it out.
There we go. Ooh, okay. Wow. Let's talk about something that's a little bit better, I guess.
Well, and I want to point out, don't message me about diet plans or something, because I'm a guy that will eat an entire
Jesus
large
Christ.
pizza by myself.
Oh,
that's type
Jesus
of advice
Christ.
that I can't really give.
Yeah, I would not talk to Bob about that. I just saw Bob recently for the All Out pay-per-view, and I had to order an extra pizza for him, but he did end up only actually eating a couple slices, so I'm pretty proud of him. I also didn't actually just order the pizza for Bob, but
Here's my thing. I always order more because I like to eat cold pizza.
yeah, see, I had leftover pizza from that for lunch, and I heated it up.
Ah, dude, cold.
I almost had it cold. I looked at it, and I was like, I'm going to eat cold pizza. And Kaylee goes, you are? And I go, nah, preheat the oven.
You put it in the oven? You didn't even microwave it?
No, dude. You make it crispy. It's literally like it just came out of the box again.
Oh, my God.
It's so good.
I don't
350 for about 10 minutes. Boom.
Wow. Twin Trees pizza. It's fabulous cold.
It's disgusting.
No, it's not. It's good shit.
Okay, well, you teach
I like the way they cut it. That way it makes me feel like as if I've had a lot, even though it's the same size and they're just smaller slices. Get off my back. Okay, thank you.
I get it. But before we dive into the notes, I want to go over very quickly what happened on the 1 cent pay-per-view special that aired on the I forgot the date is, because the date on here is wrong. September 10th. Thank you, Bob. It's not wrong, actually. I just was looking at it wrong. So, yeah, September 10th was this 1 cent special. Now, I'm just going to say this really quick, too. Me and Bob talked off air. On Cage Match, it's listed as pay-per-view 62, but Impact Wrestling's Impact Plus app does not have this special on there because it's a fucking clip show. So, it's not pay-per-view 62. We are about to watch pay-per-view 62, which on Cage Match is listed as pay-per-view 63.
And this is where Jordan and I go, Bob's been vindicated.
Well, he's not completely. Well, he's not completely because technically Bob has this one listed, or the 1 cent pay-per-view listed, but ignores pay-per-view 12, which actually is on Impact Plus app, which was the X Division special. So, anyways, let's run down.
Vindicated and
yeah, you wish.
Good.
Okay, woohoo. Okay, so this.
Vindicated and Dallas a fool.
Wow. Okay. These are the matches, I'm assuming in order, that were on the special, so we can kind of get a glimpse into what they were trying to show off to fans who wanted to pay a cent for a pay-per-view.
When you assume, you know what that means.
Exactly. So we had the Ultimate X match from pay-per-view 59, which was Chris Sabin, Michael Shane, and Frankie Kazarian. There was the tag team match from pay-per-view 50, which was Jeff Jarrett teaming with Sting against AJ Styles and Six-Pac. Then we had the NWA World Heavyweight title from pay-per-view 43, which, if you remember, is one of the biggest shows in company history when Jeff Jarrett faced Raven. Then we had another heavyweight title match, but this time it was the steel cage match from pay-per-view 57 between Styles and D'Lo Brown. Then another heavyweight title match. It was the three-way on pay-per-view 49 between Jarrett, Raven, and AJ Styles. And then finally, a pretty good pick to end with if it was the final match, and it's the NWA World Tag Team Title Steel Cage match from pay-per-view 51, where Triple X, which was Daniels and Skipper in this case, against America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, I think those are all pretty good choices.
I think that's a really good sample of your product to try to hook people in. I mean, you got X Division, you got the match that the crowd was super hot in. I mean, the tag match was awesome, probably one of the best matches still that we saw this year. Yeah, pretty good as far as paying 1 cent. And if you didn't, especially if you haven't seen those, I don't think you can go wrong on that.
No, I mean, I would definitely pay the cent, and I've told the story before. I don't think it's this one. I think it's next year's, where I spent a cent and my dad flipped the fuck out. He was like, "Why would you spend a cent?"
I still like that story.
I mean, it's a fucking penny, dude. Like, what are we talking about?
Well, yeah, I think it's kind of funny that he was like, "Dude, are you a cent?" And you're like,
he was pissed. He's like, "Don't you ever do that again." I'm like, what? I have like 700 cents in my drawer. What the hell's going on
here? Yeah, do you want one?
And I'm like, what the hell? It's not the point.
It's the principle.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah, it's a dad.
He was the same guy that would put like age restrictions on the cable box.
Oh.
But then he just put his birthday as the password, and we were like, okay, so we would just put his birthday.
Oh shit.
My sister thought I was the coolest person ever when I was like, just try his birthday. And she's like, he's like, because it was his numbers, it was 4 numbers.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's not gonna put his birthday. I'm like, I bet you he does. And she goes, do. Oh, and I'm like, fuck yeah. Don't tell. When he comes in, turn it off or change the channel because like we can't have him know that we know. So
that's awesome. That's really awesome.
Sorry, Dad, if you're listening.
He's not. Yeah, I know. There's no way. All right, well, let's get into some news and notes. We got a bunch here, so hold tight, or probably skip the next 40 minutes if you don't want to hear it. Oh, I'm hoping it's not 40 minutes, but we're gonna just go into this. We're gonna find out. So we got a couple weeks to catch up on. So this first one is possibly dated wrong, but it's Brian Alvarez's article. I got it from September 15th, 2003. Actually, it's not dated wrong because the way that they do these, we're always a week. They post like the week later for the week before, or like 2 weeks before. It's a mess. Weird thing. Yeah. It's a mess. I tell you the dates in case anyone wants to reference it, but honestly, I doubt anyone is going to go back and reference it. So Alvarez gives a whole breakdown of the show, which I'm not going to read any of because it was essentially a review. Mm-hmm. So as far as some news, though, that he gives us, so in the wake of Alexis Lurie being snatched up by WWE, TNA handed out 1-year contracts to most of the mid-card wrestlers last week. Now, this is last week. A reminder that this was before the Super X Cup. So that's where we're kind of dating this, too. I'm pretty sure. Most of the top names, such as AJ Styles, Raven, and America's Most Wanted, are already under long-term contracts. So it's not like WWE is expected to suddenly start making a lot of offers. Chances are, if WWE hasn't gone after any of their free agents by now, there is little interest. Still, better safe than sorry, I guess. So probably a good move on their part, and I think we might have a little bit more detail on that in a bit here, so we'll hang tight there. Also, the TNA show that aired on Australia's Fox 8 last week, this is just funny, I had to throw this in, saw Sabu face Ken Shamrock in the main event. So they might be a little bit behind.
You think?
Holy shit,
that's over a year behind.
Yeah, that was like that's in the first 10 shows, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it is, 100%. Because when Ron Killings wins the belt on pay-per-view 8.
I feel like this one was on 7.
Because he wins it on 8/7 or 8/14 or something like that.
I saw it, though, and I was like, you have got
That's amazing. That's a July show.
Isn't that crazy?
Because that's the ladder submission thing.
Yes, it is. And it looks like we don't have to pause too long trying to find it. I'm not having luck here, but yeah, so it's pretty old. This is pretty interesting here. So New Jack gave an interview like only he can to get in the ring radio last week. So a couple of talking points about TNA here he mentions. I'm not reading the entire interview, but he said that he left TNA with no heat, but now expected to have heat because of this interview. So get ready. He said nobody thought he would even be able to get or go to Tennessee because there was a warrant there for his arrest, quote, from an incident where he kicked someone's ass. He said he paid the fine so he would be able to work TNA, though. He was upset that in his debut, he got put through a table and then stretchered out. He wanted to know, quote, why a brother is always the guy to look like an ass. He said, then Jeff Jarrett yelled at him for using a fork and a staple gun in his hard 10 match with Sandman. The punishment, Jack claimed, was that he was forced to wear the Shark Boy mask. And I thought there were no politics in TNA, Alvarez says. He said he treated the whole thing as a joke, and in doing so, it got over.
It sure did.
Mm-hmm. He said they told him, quote, not to say the S word, ho, or grab your pee-pee in his promos. He asked if there were any other restrictions. They said no. So he cut a promo and said, quote, nothing controversial other than ass and bitch, and then was subsequently fired. He said that this was really stupid because right afterwards a group, quote, called something like the TNA bitch ass slappers came out and did their deal. Of course, it's a bitch slap. It's not the bitch ass slappers. But
oh, is he talking about the girls?
Yeah, because he was told not to say any of these words. He said only ass and bitch or whatever. And then the bitch slap girls come out and they fired him. And it's like, what the fuck?
Oh.
And the final thing here about New Jack, he said New Jack said that he needed TNA like he needed a hole in his head, and that he felt Jeff was looking for a reason to get rid of him. So this probably explains why you don't see New Jack in TNA again until 2010, when he makes a very brief appearance.
Yeah. I feel like everything he said shouldn't justify him being out of the company for 7 years. That's not that horrible of a thing, is it?
I agree. I think he's probably more bitter about it, which I totally understand. Mm-hmm. But the reason of like trying to like, if there was like, oh, we gotta fire him, or like, oh, we told him not to say those swear words, and now we're gonna fire him, and oh, he used the staple gun. That shit's like petty bullshit. Like, you're on pay-per-view. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But it's what it is, and New Jack is no longer in our watch along.
Well, didn't they have some kind of meeting too where they're trying to tone it down?
Yes. And I think that's what this aligns with.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at the history of New Jack, promo-wise, like his promos are good. I mean, his Smoky Mountain stuff is phenomenal for the time period, and his ECW stuff is captivating. But this is the same guy that on Smoky Mountain TV is dropping slurs like they're nothing. Almost got them kicked off TV. Same thing with like ECW, like the stuff that he would say regarding the Baldies is like would never fly today ever.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't do anything horribly offensive
so.
Promo-wise in TNA or anything. But
no, I agree.
And I enjoyed his stuff. I would have enjoyed a New Jack Shark Boy lengthy tag team run, not necessarily as champions, but just being there.
I think that there was an opportunity to have that run for a while.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we only saw him team, I think, once.
Yeah. So. And if you really look about it in the future, I don't think there's any way that you could have New Jack at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's like a liability if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
I brought my 8-year-old daughter to an Impact Zone match, and I saw a guy dig a fork into another guy's forehead. That's not great.
I'm sure they do some stuff that's on that level. I'm
more than positive that they
But
do,
I know what you mean, though. I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some Rash Report updates, and I don't want to spoil too much here, but we might have 2 Rash Report updates here. I'm not 100%. So Rash Report returned this week after a short hiatus. He started off talking about how much freedom TNA gave him in typing his reports, saying the only thing they ever put restrictions on were things in bad taste. He praised last Wednesday's show, saying nobody got hurt in the X tournament, but plenty of guys came out of the cage match looking like they'd been in a car wreck. He said they'd probably do the Super X Cup every year. He said wrestlers were begging to be in the next Ultimate X match. He also talked about the 2 shows coming up Wednesday, the 1 cent Best of show and the 2-hour Best of TNA's World Title Matches show, which will at some point become a DVD, which I believe I own that DVD. He said the September 17th show will have a huge lineup. And then the Explosion show starts on Channel 45 in Minneapolis next week. And then also, and finally here, 3 Live Crew recorded a new entrance song, and clips of the session will air on the September 17th show.
Beware, 3 Live Crew.
Yeah, get ready. Oh, yeah.
Beware, 3 Live Crew.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the one.
You know you better call somebody. Beware.
And I got one more. That's it for the Rush Report. Pretty straightforward stuff, but pretty fun. But my last note here before we get into Observer from this week is that Goldilocks, and Alvarez says, remember her, which I wish she was on our screen more. She was on the Extreme Mayhem radio show this past week. So here's a couple notes here. She said she was still working on her upcoming album and that they tweaked it a bit after the sound guy on TNA, who is potentially Sawyer Brown, quote, came up with another song that other people were calling a big hit. She said that she was still keeping in touch with the TNA office, but got some heat the last time she was on the radio show for all the swearing that she did. She went off about how she was a girl, and if a guy had done it, he wouldn't have gotten the same amount of heat. Also, she talked about dating, saying she wasn't married and wasn't even sure if there was anyone that could put up with her in a marriage. She said she had no heat with Scott Hudson and that he was very friendly to her when they met. She also said that her favorite people to interview were the Rock and Roll Express because they actually took the time to sit down with her and explain their background and what they had done in the business. So this is mostly the TNA stuff. She also claimed that she had some dirt on Hugh Hefner, but doesn't say what it is.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I kind of agree with her about if a guy said it, like what she may have said on the radio show. But then you look at a guy like New Jack who said all those things and he got fired.
That's a good point, yeah.
But maybe if it's like a guy of like greater value, like if Raven were to go on the show and be like,
they'd let it slide.
It's just fucking bullshit. They'd be pissed, but they'd be like, listen, don't do it again.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I think she's right.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's pound through some more notes here. This is in the Observer from September 15th. Dave says, there's a lot more to the offering of contracts to just about every significant character in TNA that wasn't already under a deal at the August 27th show than meets the eye. So bear with me. I'm going to take a deep breath. While every performer has always been under a limited deal, sometimes for as little as 1 show, most of the featured regulars like AJ Styles, Jerry Lynn, and others were inked for as long as 1 year. The deals offered just about every performer up and down the roster or 1-year contracts with a second-year option that the promotion has. So while a lot of talent is thinking they were obligated for 1 year, technically, if they do well, TNA has the right to keep them for 2 years. The idea, as mentioned before, is to make sure when somebody catches on that TNA doesn't become a feeder system for the WWE, which has been contacting some of their talent. As we've seen with ECW and WCW and history, even having contracts doesn't necessarily guarantee it, but it does give the company at least a long-term breathing room of being able to phase out the talent rather than someone on top just disappearing and winding up the competition show. Now, continuing on about the contracts. The contracts are not just merchandising agreements, but exclusive wrestling deals for the time, period. The contracts have huge ramifications from an independent level that have not been discussed. That is, it gives TNA the right to approve every wrestler's independent bookings. TNA can also act as a booking agent for all talent. The contracts do have specific salary level per TNA TV appearance, but in most cases do not guarantee a certain number of bookings during the year. So there are no technical downside guarantees. They also provide for a certain lead time where you have to give the promotion written notice. Dave says he's not sure if it's 30 or 60 days. If you're going to be unavailable on a Wednesday. Since there are no major indies that run Wednesdays, this is designed for those with Japanese tours. It theoretically gives the company the ability to construct long-term storylines. However, for the talent that works for All Japan 01, who often don't get their dates, to talent that far in advance. The TNA talent that signs may risk their gigs if the Japanese promotion doesn't give them notice on the dates ahead of time. And Japanese who do things last minute aren't going to change. Much of the younger indie talent aspires to go to Japan because without a WWE gig, that's still the place to earn the most money, unless you're an established star like Raven, who can get $1,500 a shot and pick and choose. Not signing pretty much guarantees no major push in TNA, but signing theoretically means giving up not just WWE hopes, but also Japanese opportunities for 2 years. This would be the case for New Japan and Noah, or this would not be the case for New Japan and Noah, where the dates are arranged far enough in advance. The lack of downside guarantees, though, and dates being guaranteed are similar to how WWF contracts used to be before there was Wrestling War, and they had to give guarantees to keep their talent. So there's a little bit more here, so hang tight. But I don't know if you want to interject it all yet, but we kind of get into some detail on some of them.
I mean, I think it depends on how much you're making in Japan.
Yeah.
So like a guy like Loki, right? Let's say he's making 300.
Yeah, we're going to touch on Loki in a second too. So
Okay.
Not as far as money goes, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, because I was thinking. I mean, they were saying that let's say he's making 300 for TNA, and you're guaranteed that on a Wednesday, but that's 1 day a week. The Japan stuff, like for 0-1, for All Japan, I think he's 0-1.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So let's say he were to make $250 a shot for 0-1.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's not just working one Wednesday. He's working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a whole week. He's probably making almost $2,000 a week. While with TNA, he might make 300, and then I don't think he might be making roughly the same for maybe 1 or 2 indie bookings on a weekend. So you're probably making more money in Japan.
I guarantee you're going to be making more money in Japan.
Yeah. So like if it applies to Loki, Christopher Daniels, even Elix Skipper.
Well, we'll talk about Daniels too.
Yeah, I mean those guys just off the top of my head are probably making more money, and that's probably why Carino would never want to come to TNA because he's probably making a shit ton of money in Japan.
Yeah.
As a top guy. So.
Yeah. No, I agree. But continuing on the contract stuff here, because I think this is so interesting. That's why I didn't really cut out a lot of this. I think this is super interesting stuff here. Besides the departure of Alexis Lurie, who was never offered a contract, Paul London, the company recognized all along that his primary goal was WWE, as he'd never commit to more than a few shows, and especially Zach Gowen, who was Tenacious D with us, of course, as well as various merchandising deals being put together. There are 2 major reasons these deals are being put in place now. They have been increased buy rate numbers as of late, at least on DirecTV, where figures are accessible quickly. The coincidence with the quality increasing and the company taking it as a sign they are going into the right direction with the right crew, they want to put together a core crew and long-term storylines and want to know the talent is available. So I get it. Totally get it. But the person that this affects most notably is Loki, who is a regular for 0-1 group and goes almost every month when not injured on tour. 2 others who would fit the bill are Amazing Red, who may not sign since he's publicly stated that his goal is to go to the WWE, and Elix Skipper, both whom are regulars with All Japan. While it is not inconceivable that they would be able to work Japan and TNA, this would give the company approval over dates, and if TNA reached a booking deal with a Japanese promotion, and TNA is looking at several international booking deals, politically, this could get sticky. While the company would likely continue to use any of the 3 to a degree, if they didn't sign, they wouldn't build around them or likely push them as hard. All wrestlers were requested to have these contracts signed when they return on September 17th. Most of the names used on top had already signed deals, so this was more of a mid-level, lower-level performers. And like Christopher Daniels isn't much of a problem as he isn't touring Japan as much as before, and when he does, he gets his dates well in advance. So he keeps going a little bit here. From a U.S. standpoint, these deals will greatly affect independent wrestling. Many of the TNA regulars work weekends for indies around the country. Shout out to Bob for those independent notes.
Whoop, whoop.
In most cases, the company likely won't care. The exception are probably Major League Wrestling, since it has television on Sunshine Network, and Ring of Honor because of its high profile. In both cases, while there don't appear to be any plans to keep talent from working for these groups, although down the line I could see this being a problem if one of the groups gets big, and certainly would be if one of the groups gets pay-per-view. They don't want their storylines and characters compromised. It's specifically pointed out that they don't want or wouldn't approve of a babyface in TNA working as a heel elsewhere. Case in point, Jerry Lynn on MLW or CM Punk's heel straight edge means I'm better than you drug-free character on Ring of Honor and Major League Wrestling, which isn't used in TNA where he's currently a babyface. They also wouldn't approve of characters who are aligned with each other in TNA against each other elsewhere. Case in point, Raven and CM Punk feuding on indies all over the country while in the same group on TNA. This is likely slightly handcuffed promoters who use wrestlers, since they would have to clue in TNA regards to booking of their wrestlers before getting appearances approved. While not specified, I'm also guessing that TNA would probably not allow its champions to job on independent shows, at least for those with television. Right now, this hasn't been specified. I think that's everything about the contracts. It makes sense as far as TNA as a business goes. I get why they're doing this, especially the Punk Raven stuff, for example. We've talked about that many times on this show. I get it.
No, I do as well, but I think for a lot of people, like, and we even mentioned it too, you got to try to keep it as different universes.
I agree with that. I do.
Because like Ring of Honor, they don't use nearly the same people as TNA does. I mean, they probably use maybe a handful of the same guys.
Yeah. And now, maybe, correct me if I'm wrong here, Bob, but
yeah.
With like CM Punk and Raven, for example, were they not feuding before they were teaming up in TNA? Because if they were feuding already, like in indies and stuff, like, I feel like TNA probably should have considered that before they put them together.
Right. So they started feuding in March of 2003. I believe their first match in Ring of Honor was Expect the Unexpected.
Okay.
Which would have been March 2003. So Punk, in terms of being a regular character, I don't think is there. I don't think he's here in March.
I don't think he was really either. So that's what I mean, though.
Like, I know he made an appearance like in 2002, but obviously Raven.
Yeah, but like you said, as a regular in this group and stuff, you know. So it's kind of weird to me. Like, don't be sad if you know, I don't want them fighting, but like if they were fighting before you decided to make them a team, it's kind of a you problem, I feel like.
Yeah, so so Punk was in Ring of Honor in late 2002, technically. But, yeah, his feud with him started in March. And then, see, Wikipedia doesn't tell me the exact date that he started in TNA. But, I don't think it was before. I think Ring of Honor got ahead of the game, essentially.
I think so too. But this is the same idea, and actually, I think I have a note on it as well before I say too much about it. But I do think this kind of goes back to the whole haircutting thing Ring of Honor wanted to do, and TNA was like, no, don't do that. And then
that was the hair thing, right?
Yeah, because Ring of Honor wanted to do a hair versus hair match between them, and TNA was like, no, you're not.
Right. Yep.
It's pretty interesting, man.
They wanted to do it first. This is really going to bug me, so I'm trying to look it up before I lose my train of thought here.
Okay, well,
I'm looking up in terms of like a match for 2003 in TNA.
Well, I have a note on Ring of Honor, so while you're looking that up, we're not going to get too off topic in this case. Then I'm going to read this here.
Well, hang on, I'm already on the thing.
Okay.
So
live research, guys.
Yeah, so Punk made his, like, in 2003, He appeared on an Explosion in January against Colt Cabana. But in terms of on the weekly pay-per-views, he didn't show up until May 21st. So the Ring of Honor's over 2 months ahead of a Raven Punk feud when TNA's like, oh, we're going to have...
Well, and that's a Raven match, right? Or, sorry, CM Punk match.
CM Punk's match, he's in a 4-way elimination, which Paul London won, also involving... Jason
Oh, wow.
Preston.
Okay, yeah, dude, that's way before Raven stuff. Because soon after that, I think it was... I'm pretty sure it's soon after that. That's when he started to be like, I want to be like a Raven follower guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's way after. So TNA's, that's their own fault.
I think so too, man.
For being like, oh, hey, we want to have these guys together. Well, then you need to pay attention to, I mean, I don't know if I'd say Ring of Honor is a competitor, because it means Ring of Honor is a DVD product, as Gabe would always say. And then TNA is about pay-per-view and stuff. So it's two different things. So, I mean, Ring of Honor, they are ahead of the game. They should be able to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, TNA's piggybacking off of Ring of Honor. MLW certainly was piggybacking off of Ring of Honor. I believe Ring of Honor developed that feud, and it just went everywhere else.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Promoters were just lazy. So
yeah, well, there you go. Well, speaking of Ring of Honor, it has been they have been talking. Has been talked with by TNA officials in brief, but no serious guidelines have been given. They were asked to use similar storylines, and Ring of Honor officials have no intentions at this point of doing so. The point they've made is that TNA changes its characters so often while ROH books long-term, and they don't want to be at TNA's mercy to have to change their booking plans when TNA decides to change an angle.
Yeah, I mean, because with that logic, in Ring of Honor, they don't do weekly, they do monthly. So 1 month, let's say Raven's a babyface in Ring of Honor or in TNA, so he's got to be a babyface in Ring of Honor. And then let's say 2 weeks later, TNA's like, oh, we're turning Raven heel. Ring of Honor to then turn him heel?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And then with how Russo is, 2 weeks later, he could be face again.
Exactly.
So no, you don't do. Maybe you just don't use the same people. There's enough wrestlers out there to probably not have to use the same people.
Oh, there you go. But hey, speaking of Ring of Honor again, stemming from his appearance in TNA, Ring of Honor is actually going to be debuting Teddy Hart on its September 20th show in Philadelphia against longtime tag partner and regular opponent TJ Wilson. So I thought that was kind of a fun note. Those Super X Cup matches were like, okay, we're gonna bring Teddy Hart in to Ring of Honor. I thought that was kind of cool.
Well, Teddy's a loose cannon, so we'll see how long that lasts for him in Ring of Honor.
Well, there you go. Well, if you join us over on our Patreon, we will cover Ring of Honor shows.
Okay.
So,
no, there's a good Ring of Honor podcast I listen to. It's called Through the Years.
Oh.
They don't do live watches. They just they watch the shows and they discuss them or whatever. But I actually really enjoy that podcast. Trevor Dame, and I can't remember his co-host's name, so forgive me.
Okay, cool. Well, I like the sound of that. So the September 17th show, which we'll be watching shortly here, will be headlined, listen to this, by Shane Douglas versus Raven in a hair versus hair match.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Plus the return of Roddy Piper.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, even though Raven versus Douglas could use a few more weeks of build-up, Dave says, Jarrett's idea was that... I don't think so either.
It's been going on for a while now.
Yeah. Jeff Jarrett's idea was that they figured they would get a lot of first-time buyers on September 10th for the penny, and wanted to be able to announce something huge for the next week to get people to come back. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
The taped September 3rd pay-per-view was probably the best show the company has put on, he says. Definitely the best from an in-ring perspective, as the X Division tournament was far superior to its hype. We're just gonna go through. Actually, I'm gonna make you guess, Bob. What do you think the readers thought? Did they like that show?
It's got to be a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's not only a thumbs up, Bob. It's 100% thumbs up.
Yeah, but then you're gonna tell me 8 people voted.
No, 63.
Oh, okay.
That's still, 100% though.
No, yeah, that's fine. That's good.
Yeah. Now, a lot of responders saying that it was the best TNA show ever, and some comparing it to the legendary pay-per-views of the past. You're gonna laugh at this. The past, like Calgary Stampede, When Worlds Collide, Anarchy Rules, Mania 17, and 1989 Bash, and etc.
Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here. Who the hell is trying to tell me that the September 3rd TNA Weekly Pay-Per-View, it's on par with WrestleMania 17? Get the fuck out of here. Who? Is it Michael Vincent? Who the hell is saying that?
I don't know, man, but I'll be honest, this reminds me of kind of how people are talking about All Out that just happened.
Well, here's the thing with that, okay? I could see the argument for that.
Well, I do. No, I'm not. Listen, I'm not disagreeing. I read some interesting stuff on Twitter about All Out. We don't have to deep dive into that now. No. But I do think there was reasons that people are saying it's arguably one of the best shows ever, and a lot of it has to do with the crowd and the way things were handled. And how can you disagree? Well,
yeah, and then you also look at the fucking people that they're bringing in, like the debuts of.
Well, yes, of course. Cole and
Brian. But then also your in-ring stuff was pretty good from top to bottom, aside from like the big show shit, like that, whatever. But every show has one match like that. That's not like the rest.
And you know what? Last time we were in the Asylum, it was Mad Mikey and Laz. It was our big show QT Marshall match.
Right. Yeah.
And they opened with it. And then we had arguably one of the best shows ever, apparently.
But I was going to say you can't really say that because TNA was a 2-hour show, but that Canadian Stampede show is also 2 hours.
There you go.
So that argument's kind of out the window, but come on. Let's be a little level-headed. That's not on the level of those pay-per-views.
I knew you were going to
like that. You said Anarchy Rules. I'm assuming 99, but
it doesn't say, but.
Okay, Heatwave 98 is like a fucking phenomenal pay-per-view. That's probably ECW's best pay-per-view, personally, Heatwave 98. But yeah, no. I don't think I've ever once in my life, when you see posts from fans who are like, list your 5 favorite pay-per-views ever. I've never in my life seen September 3rd, 2003 NWA-TNA weekly pay-per-view. Never in my life.
Super X Cup 2003.
Yeah, no, never.
Well... Yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of that, though. The best match on the card was the finals. It was Hoovy and Chris Sabin.
That's what I would think.
And then second was Teddy Hart and Hoovy, which was pretty freaking good, too. So the worst was Mad Mikey and Laz, which I think was destined to be essentially called the worst match because it's not an X Division crazy cage match, anything. And then actually the War Games got 8 votes for the worst match as well. But
and here's the thing with War Games. I get that. I can see why people don't like War Games.
I totally get it, yeah.
The whole premise of like every 2 minutes, the finish can't be done until everybody's in there. It's usually mostly just brawling. There's not really big spots in most of them. And then you're also dealing with one ring, so they're all crowded. There's not a lot to do. So I could see that.
Yeah, I agree. I want to touch base on a couple things. This is why I didn't want to dive too far into what happened last week because he's got some interesting notes here. I'm just going to power through this quick. Regarding the tournament, the first round matches were rushed. Guerrero went over Nasawa in 4 minutes, 31 seconds, although both were very good. Basically, rushing from big move to big move, it was more a sprint than a match. But the crowd loved it, and that's saying something when you consider it was 2 guys who don't work for the group. People did react to Guerrera as a big star, but nobody knew Nasawa. This next note here is kind of blew my mind a little bit in a way. But apparently they edited Teddy Hart and Johnny Storm to 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Again, they sprinted. No. But apparently they sprinted through big moves and probably edited about a minute out of the match.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't know
I wonder how
edited matches.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a tape show, so I guess you could do that. I mean, that makes you wonder how many times Teddy Hart has had matches edited that have appeared on shows, because I think in Ring of Honor, in their pay-per-view era, he has an edited match. I think maybe. I might be wrong.
Interesting.
That's crazy. Wow.
Isn't it? Yeah. Dave says this was the best that Hoovy looked anywhere in probably 4 years. Which, at least if you compare it to his last,
including his WCW run.
Well,
From
his
'99.
his late WCW stuff. Yeah. Well, if you count 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. So it's, I would,
2000. Okay. Yeah.
but if you count it compared to his last TNA appearances, you kind of have to agree. I mean,
Oh, I thought he looked great.
the match with Saban was fucking good.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. After taking a Hoovy driver off the middle rope, Hart did an immediate nip up and stopped selling what should have been a devastating finisher. He climbed up the ropes and did a backflip off the rope, and then took a bow to the fans, none of which aired. When he got backstage, he was immediately confronted about what he did, and he tried to explain himself that he was just playing to the crowd. The promotion ended up very negative on Hart when it was over due to that, and there were no comments made about his behavior, or there were comments made about his behavior. So we're not hot on Teddy Hart here in backstage in TNA. I thought that was pretty interesting, and comes as not really a surprise.
Right, which is a shame because the ability that Teddy Hart has is honestly ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, I'm not necessarily comparing him to the guy I'm about to say, but you look at a guy like Darby Allin, who to some extent is kind of reckless.
I get what you mean.
Teddy's the same way.
I get what you're saying. And and they're both very young, gifted and young, and yeah, I get that. I get what you're getting at there.
Darby just happens to have, apparently Darby has his head on straight. Not that he hasn't done anything yet to be like, well, this guy's a lunatic or legitimately stupid.
Oh,
he does some stupid shit.
You never know. But yeah, interesting comparison though. The finals was obviously Saban going over Hoovy in 14 minutes and 46 seconds. Dave says this was a 4.5-star match, and this was a serious match of the year candidate, and he'd rate it as the best TNA match since the early days of the X Division. And I actually think that it was one of the best singles X Division matches we've seen in a long time.
I can agree with that. Do I necessarily think it's 4.5 stars? I don't know. I would say it's
I'm bad at the star rating. I don't personally have a star rating scale. Because if I tell you all the matches I fucking enjoy, and it's like, okay, if I really liked it, is it 5 stars? I'd have way too many 5-star matches probably. But I do think that it is a match of the year candidate. I agree with that.
Yeah, the star ratings really, they don't make sense. I mean, it's all your opinion based thing. Dave Meltzer's star rating isn't a science. It's what he enjoys.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think too many people take it as a Bible of how good of a wrestling match is.
Yeah,
and
when I do star ratings, I'm like, oh, what would this be on the Meltzer rating?
Yeah.
No, that's what I think it is. You can't base it off of another guy's tastes. That makes no sense.
Yeah. So while the wrestling was top-notch, as was the announcing work, even more impressive because it was the first time that he believes Don West had ever called a show in studio doing voiceovers, although in an X Division tournament that Mike Tenay would be prepared and get it over. There were aspects of the presentation that were lacking. When it was over, my impression is that people would have enjoyed it, of course, but it wouldn't work or it wouldn't stick with them. Over the years, there have been some incredible matches on TV that everyone has forgotten about. Far better than matches people remember for 20 years just because of how they were presented and never referred to again. And I'm going to skip ahead because he brings up some comparisons, but he mentions that there should have been pageantry involved, a post-match ceremony, a trophy presentation, etc.
Yeah.
In fact, next year, if they do it, here are a few suggestions from Dave Meltzer himself. In the ring intros for the final match, play the national anthems, giving it an Olympic-type feel. When it's over, bring all the 8 guys out for a ceremony where they present a trophy, not only to the winner, but maybe 2 or 3 smaller trophies, such as the best match, hardest worker. So instead of 1 winner, you end up having people considering 3 to 4 guys as winners and elevating them. And that's the last note on the X Division stuff, but I think these are great ideas, and he's definitely getting Japanese influence here. I don't think you can deny it, but the fact that they handed Saban the trophy and almost immediately cut away was bullshit, I think.
Yeah, that was weird. You're right with probably the Japanese influence of what he's suggesting, but I know with like the ECW, the ECWA Super 8, they would take like a picture of all 8 guys.
Yep, and I'm thinking
T-shirts.
of Super J Cup is what I have in my head of like the grouping of everyone in the tournament. So
which I'm sure ECWA took from that to begin with.
And the T-shirts too. Yeah, actually. So I agree though. I and you know what? Maybe they didn't think about this stuff. They threw this together. We have to get a show together for this thing
for sure.
But I do think I would like to hope that next year, if they do this again, that it is more extravagant, I guess, and more like, this is the Super X Cup. Like, this is going to be a big deal in this company.
Yeah, and I hope that if they do it, it's not taped.
Yes.
I think that's the problem. It was a taped show, so they're just like, okay, well, let's cut it up and put it out. But if you have a live presentation of it, you're probably going to care about it more.
Yeah, I agree. And he also says that the War Games was a disappointment. They overdid the weapons to where it became a 20-minute garbage match. I also thought by speeding it up, they removed a lot of the drama of the 2-on-1s and the heel advantages. So there was less of a pop when the face would come out to even things up. Post-match was good with the new Church and Raven doing in the cage with the door locked and everyone else brawled outside. And then Shane Douglas was cutting Raven's hair. Or cut a piece off or something.
Yeah.
So pretty interesting. And kind of bouncing off that hair stuff, the actual story on why Raven versus CM Punk ROH match was canceled was because Jeff Jarrett told Raven that if he lost the hair match in Ring of Honor, he wouldn't use him until he grew his hair back. What?
Wow. That's amazing.
What? Come on. You know what I mean, dude? Whoa.
Oh, wow. But then we're going to book you in a hair match, but potentially shave your head off or shave your hair off.
Yep. There you go. This is a fun note here. They're all fun notes. I just said that because I think they're all fun.
How long do you think, if that were to happen, how long do you think Raven would have been off TNA for?
4 months?
4 or 6 months, right? Like, it's got to be a while.
Yeah, he's going to be gone for a while.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
If it was me, because my hair grows at a rapid rate, I'd be gone for like 3 weeks.
You'd be back there. Oh shit, Bob got hair.
Oh, Bob's here again. Yeah.
Correct. The tournament idea came from Scott D'Amore, Jeremy Borash, and Mike Tenay. I don't believe it was a group effort, but do know all had suggestions on how to do it. D'Amore was the agent in charge of the matches and was given free reign on it. He used it as a vehicle to prove that if you book good matches and just let them do regular finishes, people will enjoy it, as opposed to overbooking that the company has done a lot of. They went with the idea that of all straight finishes with no run-ins, weapons, or cheating, except Lynn versus Sabin. Tenay was the one who pushed for Kazarian to get the win over Michael Shane so that he could lose in the semifinals and still come out as a title contender. All pretty interesting there.
Yeah.
The X show was one of those deals probably because everyone was so tired and because the announcing was done in the studio. But the War Games match announcing was done live because Don Callis was scheduled to come to the desk. Where most in the company didn't realize how good the show was until seeing the finished copy. The original views were not to bring back either Guerrera or Hart, but I'm guessing Guerrera at least will be brought back. There was a lot of negativism about Hart, which we've already touched on, of course, not because of his actual ability and all because of legitimate reasons. So don't know if even the great reaction by viewers will overcome that. My next note here, Bob, you might even touch on this one in your notes as well, but Jarrett and Styles worked a main event match on September 7th, and I believe that's in Minnesota, Ramsey, Minnesota. I don't think I have a company name, but and it was billed as the WWA champion, which was Jarrett was the final champion, versus the NWA champion. And surprisingly, Jarrett went over. The idea was probably that Jarrett was the babyface and bigger mainstream name, but I'm told the crowd of about 150 people were more internet-oriented and wanted Styles to go over.
Oh, my God. Well, I don't have that match in my notes. It wasn't on Cage Match. But the fact that you just said that they were in a main event of 150 people.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You like that? And my last note from this section, and I don't have too much more, so bear with us here. is that outside of the Raw taping in Huntsville on September 8th, TNA had people passing out flyers advertising the 1 cent show. TNA took on an aggressive stance in a TV commercial that ran in 44 major markets during Raw on local buys, especially portraying them as an alternative for people who are bored with Monday Night Wrestling. Pretty interesting.
Okay. See, I have a problem with that strategy.
Yeah.
If you're going out to a Raw show, let's say Huntsville, so let's say 10,000 people are going to be at that show. You're going to those people and be like, hey, check out this 1 cent show. Right? Why wouldn't you instead give them a flyer of like, hey, do you remember Raven? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you like ECW, right? Yeah. How about Shane Douglas? You remember him? Yeah. Well, they've had a blood feud, and there's a hair versus hair match coming up. $10. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. You're gonna get people to do that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Considering the era. But to go and be like, check out a 1 cent pay-per-view of matches that already happened 4 months ago. And I understand it's 1 cent. But you're trying to make money.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
come on.
Hold that thought about making money for just a second on the 1 cent show.
I'm afraid of what you're going to tell me.
Just hold that for a second. We're going to be jumping to the September 22nd, 2003, of Brian Alvarez's thing. I don't know, number 430. And I'm skipping quite a bit of what he has written in here.
It's the figure 4 one, isn't it?
Is that what that stands for?
FFW or whatever?
F4W, figure
4. Yeah.
I'll take
figure
it.
4.
I didn't realize that's what it stood for, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, probably. You're probably right. But now reminder, this is now what we would generally read. So we just finished our catch up finally. This is now into our new notes, but there's significantly less, so don't worry. As we noted in the last issue, TNA officials went to Raw last Monday night and were handing out flyers for the 1 cent show. No, this is ridiculous. Goldberg came out to sign autographs. The TNA officials first asked him to sign their flyers. Seriously, they did. And then, after he did so, they started heckling him and calling him names.
TNA officials are doing this?
Whatever a TNA official is.
Okay. They went up to him to sign their TNA flyers, and he does it.
Yeah.
And then they heckle him.
Yeah.
Well,
don't worry. Goldberg then responded by saying that TNA was full of nobodies. The officials started rattling off names of guys working for them, including AJ Styles, Raven, Jeff Jarrett, and Sting. Goldberg said at least Sting was a star. Other sources claimed he said that he'd beaten all of them. Anyway, the next day, this became a huge story about how Goldberg had blown up and marked out by claiming that he could beat all these guys even though it's a fake sport. So basically what happened was some marks yelled at a wrestler after a show and the wrestler yelled back at them.
To be fair, I don't know if in 2003 he's beaten AJ Styles yet, but he certainly had defeated all the other people.
Well, there you go. That's all you have to know. And the last thing before we get into Observer Newsletter, see, I told you this was much shorter, is that TNA and Antonio Pena of AAA in Mexico were working this week to finalize a talent exchange agreement. It appears the plan is to bring in Juvi regularly, starting with the show that airs on the 17th. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Let's dive in to the Observer Newsletter from September 22nd, 2003. So this is where I just teased Bob a little bit. So the reaction to the 1 cent highlight show that aired on September 10th seems to have been a disappointment based on the reaction we've received. First off, many cable companies, despite the 1 cent advertising, were still charging customers $9.95. We got reports from all over the country, from systems that carried the show on in-demand, where cable reps had no knowledge of a 1 cent show, which shows how bad the communication in that industry is. We had mixed reviews from viewers who saw the product for the first time. And I don't know if this is part of that too, but I'll just go ahead to it. After getting updated DirecTV numbers, they're doing about 2,500 buys weekly on DirecTV, which means they're probably doing 10,000 to 12,000 buys on a national basis each week now. The group seems to have a regular audience, but no casual audience. So we can pause there quick. How pissed would your dad have been, Bob, if you ordered a 1 cent shout? Dad, this is 1 cent. Okay, whatever. And then he got charged $10.
Yeah, okay. That part I would understand if I was like, I'm just gonna fucking buy one. But I remember vividly buying that pay-per-view and it said 0.0.
Yeah.
And I was like, hell fucking yeah, I got 2 hours, boop, and I did it.
Yeah.
So I know I didn't fucking do $10.
Yeah, but that's
because I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done $10 for a recap show. Why would I do that?
Well, yeah, I don't think a lot of people would have, but here we are.
Yeah.
That's bad. But it is what it is. I got 2 more short notes. There are a lot of rumblings from many directions regarding Dutch Mantel leaving Puerto Rico to come here and book. There's nothing confirmed at this press time, but a lot of people in the company are expecting it. What this would mean for Vince Russo is unclear, because if he were to come in, it would be for the position Russo has held. Jeff Jarrett has always been high on Russo as both a talker and heel manager.
Right.
We'll see what happens there. And finally, Mike Tenay, who just signed a 1-year contract with a 2nd-year option, led a group of TNA wrestlers against local wrestlers on the September 13th Cyberspace Wrestling Federation show in Rahway, New Jersey. The show only drew about 70 fans, with a TNA group of Trinity, who, sorry if I'm stepping on Bob's toes here, but Trinity defeated April Hunter. Chris Harris and James Storm beat Kappa Tappa Kega, and Ron Killings beat Sinister X with interference from Julio De Niro. But I just like that Mike Tenay is like a manager for these guys. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And we've mentioned it before about him being. I can't picture Mike Tenay not holding a microphone or sitting at an announce desk. So the fact that he'd come out and like be ringside is ridiculous to me.
I don't know if I could see him doing it.
No, I couldn't.
Like I'm trying to like envision it, and I don't see it.
Yeah, but that's all I got. If you're still listening and you didn't skip ahead, I appreciate you hanging on tight. There's a lot to catch up on here today, and I think a lot of it was really, really interesting stuff. But Bob, what do you have for independent news before we touch on Explosion and get into the show?
Well, since you had to catch up with your news, I have to catch up with some indie stuff, so it's a little bit longer than usual, but I'll burn through it pretty quick here.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Abyss, he competed in IWA Puerto Rico from September 6th through September 14th. And for the most part, he was feuding mostly with Los Boricuas, which was Castillo and Miguel Perez, not Savio Vega. So a little bit of a disappointment there. AMW defeated Kappa Tappa Kega on September 13th for Cyberspace Wrestling Federation. I'm assuming those are probably frat boys or something. But
yeah, I kind of think so too.
Ron Killings defeated Sinister X to win the Cyberspace Wrestling Federation Championship on September 13th. D'Lo Brown defeated Shane Douglas on September 12th for MXPW. 2 days later, he lost to Shane Douglas on September 14th for BCW. Sonny Siaki defeated Mike Sanders on August 30th for VPW. He then also defeated Jeff Anderson on September 14th for TMW. Chris Sabin lost to Jay Briscoe in a 4-corner survival match that also involved AJ Styles and Samoa Joe on September 6th for Ring of Honor. He defeated Christopher Daniels on September 12th for MXPW. He defeated Nate Matson on September 13th for MMWA. And he defeated Michael Shane on September 14th for BCW. Frankie Kazarian won the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla Badass Mother 3000 tournament, defeating Joey Ryan in the finals to win the PWG Championship on August 30th. Shark Boy traded disqualification victories with NWA World Champion AJ Styles on August 15th and August 16th for NBWA. He then defeated Cody Hawk on September 12th for BPW. Johnny Swinger teamed up with Simon Diamond to defeat Dave Johnson and Vampire Warrior on September 12th for MXPW to win the tag team titles. AJ Styles defeated Christopher Daniels and Chris Sabin on September 12th for MXPW to win the television championship. And the last bit here is Raven defeating D'Lo Brown on August 29th for USA Pro. And he defeated CM Punk in a Clockwork Orange House of Fun cage match on September 6th for Ring of Honor, in a match that went 31 minutes but was drastically cut for DVD release.
Oh.
Because it is rumored to have been a horrendous match.
Oh, shit.
So, and I'm sure I repeated a few from September 3rd, but I guess I just wanted to let people know twice on some of those. So
They're so nice you had to tell us twice.
that's right.
Cool. Well, here, let's touch on Explosion quick and let's get into the show. So Explosion was taped on the same day of the show we're watching, September 17th, 2003. Cage Match has this listed as Explosion number 48, and it had the following 3 matches. Eric Watts defeated Rip Stone. Alex Skipper defeated Jarrell Clark, who we will apparently see quite a bit coming up. And Christopher Daniels defeated Justice. And also, I didn't say, this actually aired on September 21st, 2003. I missed that part. And then there was actually a couple matches that were not on Explosion that were dark matches. And that is CM Punk and Julio De Niro defeating J-Rock and someone. We just have a question mark. And then Sean Casey defeating Kato, who is Kato Kung Lee Jr., whoever that is. Got that in the Observer. So that is everything. Woo! Bob, I don't know how we didn't lose our voice yet, but let's get into the show.
I'm ready for a haircut. I am ready for a haircut, Dallas. All right, we're ready to go. I'm going to count down from 5, and when I say play, hit that play button to watch along with us. Or for the next hour and 51 minutes, you can listen to us discuss, react, and hopefully enjoy the September 17th, 2003 NWA TNA Weekly Pay-Per-View number 62 on the TNA Crossline Podcast. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, our video package is opening with 3 weeks ago. Looks like to when Swinger and Diamond won the titles. There's just that Tower of Doom that fucked up James Storm's neck and back or whatever.
It kind of amazes me that that was already 3 weeks ago when it felt like it took them 9 months to become champions.
Right.
Oof. Nice chair shot.
Yep.
Problem solver.
Yes.
That's favorite move.
Favorite tag team move.
Favorite tag team move, I should say. Excuse me.
I'm actually... Oh, wait. JB's got a voice over here. Simon Swinger. Now await their first challengers tonight. 4 teams will compete to determine the new number 1 contenders for the NWA World Tag Team titles. Okay, so we got America's Most Wanted. 3 Live Crew. So 2 out of 3 of them. We don't know which. Slash and Sin.
Oh, 2 out of the 3.
Yeah.
Ooh, Cash in Abyss.
Wow, okay.
Okay, so against Diamond and Swinger, I'm going to say... Well, it's got to be between 3 Live Crew and America's Most Wanted, right?
Right? You know what? I think if they're... To me, if they're smart, they're going to go with 3 Live Crew.
That's what I was thinking, because you got to let it breathe a little bit with AMW.
Yes.
You can't do like 6 weeks straight of tag team matches.
Yeah, that's kind of what I mean.
I drove 14 hours from Milwaukee to see AJ Styles.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty dedicated. Hey, as we're seeing the Asylum here, Bob, how many people do you think are in attendance tonight? Triple H fears AJ signed.
Of course it is. I'm going to say 1,100.
You're pretty close. We were at 1,000 though.
Damn it.
So from our last, well, we can't count the Super X Cup, but we went down from 1,300. Right. So if I had to guess, this is going to be BG James and Killings. We still don't know, though, but Conan is still there, and Conan kind of wrestles in that outfit, so.
Well, it's BG James and Conan.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
At least I think that's, unless he was just saying all three people, but.
Maybe he was. Well, Conan's got the mic. Look at Killings dancing.
I don't think Conan's wrestling. I think he was just naming.
He might have been
all three guys.
I think I got to turn my volume up on my my video here. Yo, where my dogs at?
Yo, dog.
Yo, let me speak on this.
Wearing a Steve Francis Houston Rockets jersey for all of those Jersey fans out there. I like it better when he was wearing like a silky shirt and he'd be like, "You want to feel that? That's enough.
Go ahead, feel. That's enough." Oh, shit, dude. I love that.
I want to announce here that I recently bought a Shane Douglas t-shirt that Dallas and Austin from IcoPod are both thrilled that I bought.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
The Shane Douglas, "You can kiss my ass" t-shirt.
So Abyss and Kid Cash are their opponents here. Although, okay, so think about this. These two have kind of not been getting along as of late. So
yeah, really, Cash has been a little bit of a bully.
To Abyss, of all people, which is probably not the smartest move. So if I had to take a guess, shot in the dark here, there's either going to be a miscommunication and Abyss is going to leave, or Abyss is going to be giving Kid Cash a black hole slam and leaving him for 3 Live Crew to pin him.
So yes, either he's already kind of cutting him off. Do you think?
Oh, wait a second.
Do you think Abyss could be a babyface?
No.
I think I'd hold off on that for a little while.
Yeah. You're slashing New Church.
Slashing New Church. Slash is in the New Church, Dallas.
Yeah, Slash and Sin, dude. Sin. The New Church. They were saying it as I was trying to talk.
So it just like entered your brain. You're like, yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah, New Church.
I've done that a lot with like, I'll be watching something on TV and I'll be like reviewing something. Like I was reviewing like a pro wrestling guerrilla show, and I was watching like some WCW show, and like as I was reviewing, I was like, Luger with a Hurricane. Oh, wait a minute, it's not Lex Luger, it's fucking Trevor Lee. Like, what am I doing?
That's awesome. Very, very blue lights, and like everyone's got cool lights here for this intro.
It's a big time match, #1 contender.
So they're back. They're not the champs anymore, but here we are. Now, I don't like how dark the presentation is for everyone's entrance here tonight, but
I don't think AMW's ever like this.
No. But here we are.
Maybe they're just trying to test it out to see if it gives
I think so.
Big time feel or something.
Actually, okay, so America's Most Wanted, I might not hate as much, because now I'm looking at it, they have lights like the strobes that kind of look like lightning, which is kind of what their Tron video is.
Oh, okay.
It's like blue with the lightning, so I do kind of like what they're trying to go for, but I don't think it fits them very well.
Yeah, I think I would just kind of keep it regular.
So we have Slash and James Storm starting us off. BG James and Ron Killings are the ones who are...
Oh, it is Ron, yeah.
Over here. And Conan on commentary. Oh, the hair's tagged in? I didn't even realize.
I don't know if I even saw him do that. Atomic Drop, side Russian leg sweep. Is this elimination or is it one fall to a finish?
I guess I don't know. Oh, wait. Mike Tenay's tagging us right now. First fall wins the
Well, there you go. Thanks, Tenay. They must know. Like, that's the type of stuff I need to know about.
Well, yeah, for real. Isn't that funny? We were literally just like, what are the rules? And Tenay's like, okay, so we're going to go talk about the rules. Damn. This dude knows what's going on.
Yeah. We never really told anybody, but here it is. Oh, New Church working over Storm with a double...
Torture rack?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely... Oh!
And then they dropped him.
Yeah, like a double torture rack driver of sorts.
I kind of like that. That was like a fun little tag team move.
Yeah, but if you mistime that, like one guy
Wow.
drops over there, that could be. I thought that's exactly what was going to happen too.
Yeah, they timed it pretty good. They just threw James Storm out of the ring. Harris is like, damn it! And then he's got to check on his partner. Oh, because the sinister minister, Father James Mitchell, is trying to screw him over. I actually just saw that Father James Mitchell is in the NWA currently, and I did not know that.
I did. I saw a post about that.
Did
I'm
you
not
see-
sure who he's aligned with, but I did see
I
that.
forgot the guy's name. He might have even
Oh, yeah.
been like Judas or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like I thought it
But
was going to
James
be like,
Storm like came out and like confronted him, and I was like, what?
yeah, see, it's TNA 03.
Wait.
Yeah, I thought it was like Judas Messias for a second, but it's not.
Oh, it's not. Hey, BG James just yelled at Sin, like, get the fuck out of the ring, and literally pointed to his corner, and then Sin got out of the ring. So that was kind of funny.
Ooh, super kick by Storm. BG's laid out. That could be good enough for a 3 count. Who knows? Oh, Cash.
Conan's throwing Wolfie D around instead of calling him Slash.
That's funny.
Yeah, 2 count on B Jizzle.
I can't wait to watch the Wolfie D stuff when I eventually get to it. My Memphis stuff. My Memphis PG-13.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fun. I like the one match they had on Raw that we watched on Icopod.
Against the Smoking Guns.
Yeah, it was just really random.
Oh,
And they
random
looked so
tag
out of
team
place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they worked the match as if they were 6'8".
yeah, they did.
And it's like, I don't know.
Kid Cash springboard, somersault dropkick.
Oh, right to the nuts.
You
Oh man.
sure that's legal?
That should be a disqualification.
He's trying to go for a cover, but BG's stiffing him, and he's sandbagging him, I should say, and not rolling over.
For it.
I think he actually got hit in the nuts because he's not moving very much.
Yeah,
Wait,
he
replay?
absolutely looked like it.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, he
Right to the
definitely did, dude. He squished his nuts.
He's probably like, dude, go to the middle ropes. Like he's holding his nuts right now. Like, fuck. Tag out, dude. I'd be taking myself out of the match. I'd be like, Conan, get in here.
Dude, I'd be crippled. I'd be like, yo, I'm out. Ron Killings got tagged in. Irish whip. Kid Cash reverses it. Comes back, kicks Kid Cash. Oh, he's going to go for the axe kick? There it is.
It's a scissors kick.
Well, Mike Tenay called it an axe kick right there. So if everyone wants to say I'm wrong, Jordan, I'd like you to listen to the commentary on the show.
Yeah, listen to Mike Tenay tell you how it is.
He is the professor. Oh, going for the split. BG James comes in. He's holding Kid Cash up. Oh, that was nice. That's like a high kick. BG James does this weird little shaky drop kick thing. Sin was in the ring, ready to break that pin up. And he slides out. Okay.
He crawls out like he's fucking the Brood.
Like a snake or yeah. Ryan Killing's back in, probably because BG James' nuts still hurt.
I mean, I would be definitely like barfing. So
Kid Cash gives Ryan Killings the middle finger after ducking a sidekick.
come on, Ron, bring it. Kid Cash, super confident. So he tags in Abyss.
Killings doesn't seem scared yet, though. But now Kid Cash is like, oh, he slapped him. Oh, I kind of hype him up a little bit. Okay, I get it. I like that. Abyss is not looking like an overcooked hot dog tonight, so that's good.
No. He's had a few weeks to recover from his apparent sunburn.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy that it was, I mean, technically, live-wise, like, it's been 3 weeks since we were live. That's kind of crazy to think about. Quick tags. All the teams are going after Abyss very, very quickly.
They're all working over the big man.
The left arm. Everyone's just twisting it and then tagging out. And then they like do oh no, they just twist him. But we just went around almost the entire ring. Kid Cash is screaming at him. He slaps him in the face to get him a little bit more hype. But
wouldn't slapping him kind of mean a tag?
That's a really great fucking point, Bob.
Unless they're trying to say like, Abyss didn't do the motion for a tag. I don't know. Big Boo, he's pissed. I like how Storm just stood there waiting for him to hip toss him in after he punched his tag team partner in the face. Oh, tossing Storm overhead. onto New Church.
Holy shit.
Press slam for Harris down to the mat.
I mean, wicked air.
This is some good shine for Abyss, I'd say.
Calling for a choke slam?
Oh.
Nope. Double spear on
double
Abyss
spear.
by America's Most Wanted. BG James is hype as if he's like on the same team as them.
Well, maybe they are on the same team. They're partners.
Oh. Oh, fuck.
Oh, overshot.
Just a little bit.
A little bit of overshot.
It's okay. Keep catching the ring with Ron Killings now. Referee's distracted because Sin has a chair. Kikash has got the double underhook, but he's waiting. Who's this?
Fucking Terry Taylor. Two low blows.
Are you shitting me? Ron Killings?
Front suplex.
I think he called that the truth of consequences.
Yes, he did. 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, there you go. Ron Killings pins Kikash, and 3 Live Crew are, in fact, the new #1 contenders.
Wow. Abyss is pissed, dude.
Oh, I would be too. Fucking Terry Taylor came in and low blowed my guy. And now if I'm Abyss, I'm thinking I'm gonna get in trouble for it.
Right. Okay, we're over the announce table now. Mike Tenay, joined by Don West, wearing a silky
Speaking
red.
of Don West, he announced that he's in remission.
Yeah, dude.
So that's some great news.
Yeah, that was exciting news. Wow. They just announced a big match with everyone who was in the a bunch of people from the Super X tournament.
I think it was like a 6-man tag, right?
6-man tag, yeah. Sonny Siaki and D'Lo in a casket match.
God.
Holy shit, dude. What?
That seems a bit unnecessary.
Petition about Jerry Lynn. Oh, wait. Jerry Lynn's going to take on AJ Styles for the NWA Heavyweight title. What the fuck? Wow.
Hopefully Jerry Lynn doesn't have that drawn-on goatee this week.
The only thing left to take, everyone said, we already knew this, but I'm still excited to hear about it. Hair versus hair match, Raven Shane Douglas. Oh, baby.
Bald. Don West loves saying that. Bald tonight. Oh, lights are out.
Tenay goes, wait, what's going on? Oh, do you hear the music?
Oh, it's paper. Do you recognize the music?
Who's back in the asylum?
You don't hear that?
Well, I do hear it.
He's so unpredictable.
He's all out of bubble gum, baby. And here he comes. Bob's opening up snacks. What do you got there, Bob?
Peanut M&Ms, baby.
Oh, shit. Are they peanut or regular?
Peanut.
I prefer regular, but peanut are good.
Yeah. I had to get the party size because they didn't have share size.
Like the giant bag of them? Holy
Hell
shit.
yeah, bro.
Piper's back. I feel like the crowd doesn't give a shit. It's kind of hard to tell with the music, but there's just a stool in the ring. Because this is, I mean, he's back. This is after he went back to the WWE, correct? So he did that run. That was Zach Gowen run, correct? Is that the one that this was? Yeah.
Yep.
And
Mr. America.
Yeah, which actually was a lot of fun, I thought. At least as a kid. I don't know how it holds up now, but
probably not great.
Yeah. Well, Piper's in the ring. Thank you. I just had shoulder surgery. I'm all fucked up.
I can't wait for him to shoot on the WWE right now.
Heard any good Roddy Piper jokes lately? Yeah, he's going to shoot on that and then be like, Vince Russo, you killed Owen Hart.
Huh.
Just kidding. I said that last time I was here.
You killed Owen Hart. I feel like this is going to provide absolutely nothing.
No, he said he's crazy, though.
No. That's probably accurate.
Well, you're going to see a different side of him if you sit around for a while. What do you think that side is, Bob?
I don't know, but he's looking really thin in the face.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely looks different than his last appearance here. His hair's long, he's thinner, at least in the face, like Bob said. But the surgery and stuff, probably not doing a whole lot, eating a lot, you know?
Yeah.
He's also, like, not facing the hard cam, which is kind of driving me fucking nuts.
He's wandering around.
You want
great.
Then you get reality. Great. What is he going to say? You killed Owen Hart.
You want a reality check? Sitting on like a little stool.
I'm all out of bubble gum.
I could go for a good like double bubble.
Well, I thought you were opening like gummy worms or something, and I was about to be real jealous.
No, I had gummy worms for lunch today.
What a lunch.
Well, on lunch. I didn't say the whole thing was just gummy worms. It's part of the equation.
Piper says he's as real as he gets. He's fought in the NWA. He's just like rambling.
Could you imagine paying Roddy Piper like 10 grand just to come out and ramble?
I mean, not really, but here we are.
What is he so mad about?
He just wrestled in the NWA everywhere, dude. So stop.
London, New York.
He said Africa.
Africa, yeah.
He's made more mistakes than everyone in the building, but he won't back down.
Hell yeah, he won't back down.
He saw the thing on the internet. As you did, but the only difference is...
What was he talking about?
I don't know.
He came home?
I have 4 children.
Good.
Oh.
Is that why he's thin in the face? Is because he's a drug addict?
Oh, yeah, so he just said his son asked him, like, Daddy, are you a drug addict?
Was there a rumor that he... I wonder if that's why he got fired. Did he leave WWE because of drugs?
I'm hoping that we'll get some more info on this in our notes next week when they're like, hey, Piper talked about the thing he did.
Well, here, let me...
But yeah, I mean, if you can find some information, he's not talking about nothing super important right now. Oh, he made WrestleMania.
Yeah. I think maybe Hulk Hogan did that, but we'll go with it. Let's see.
This dude's pissed. So something was on the internet, so he's pissed. What happens to some guy that finally goes and takes a stand and kicks and gets fired and kicks and gets fired and kicks and gets... He's like, all the doors are closed, he says.
So I have news on what may have happened here.
Okay, go ahead.
So in June 2003, WWE stopped employing Piper after a controversial interview with HBO's Real Sports with Brian Gumpel, in which Piper talked about the dark side of the wrestling industry. WWE cited that...
Pause. Vince Russo's just coming out here right now.
Fantastic.
But he's standing on the announce desk. Vince Russo hasn't been much of a talker recently, so this is interesting that he even just came out.
He's standing on the announcer's table.
Piper's saying this is music gets. Okay, go ahead, continue, because Russo doesn't seem like he's talking right away.
Yeah, he said WWE cited that, quote, Piper stated that he used drugs for many years while working in professional wrestling, and that he does not like the person that he becomes when he actively performs as a professional wrestler, and dismissed Piper because, quote, inability to reach agreement on a contract and to assist Piper from engaging in any self-destructive behavior. On his 2006 DVD, Piper claimed that HBO took parts of his interviews out of context to make wrestling look bad. All right, so he basically said that he didn't like who he was as a wrestler, so WWE heard that, and then in a rare instance of them doing something correct, they fired him.
Great. Russo says he's not here to fight Piper because he knows he's going to get his ass kicked. But, oh God, he wants to talk about what happened last time they came face to face.
I feel like we should avoid that part, Vince.
You ripped my heart out by bringing up something that you know nothing about. You know damn well I'm talking about, and that has got to be the Owen Hart reference that Piper talked about last time. And I guess I'd be pretty pissed too. I'm on Russo's side. Is Russo the face? He's saying Roddy Piper has burned every bridge, closed every door, and nobody wants him. And
Russo's not the babyface because he's got the beard.
That's a good point.
I don't give a shit about your fork.
He goes, I hope they starve to death. That's some heat right there.
Seems a bit inappropriate.
You want to jump on the bandwagon? Oh, okay. Russo's taking all the credit for the creation of the NWA-TNA. His blood, sweat, and tears the past year and a half. He said, no, because I don't want you here. Dude, this is so real, dude. Such reality. Wait, this is why TNA has a decision to make tonight. He's not waiting until tomorrow. Not waiting until next week. Because, Roddy, it's either you or me.
Okay, well, if I'm the NWA, I'd be like, well, Vince, you tried to destroy the company with sex. Piper didn't.
That's funny. He says, Callis, if I go, so does the NWA champion, AJ Styles. So he's making the ultimatum. If I leave, so does AJ Styles.
Well, and he's also playing to Don Callis, who's a heel.
Yep.
So
he goes, I think you need to ask yourself a question. Do you really give a damn about the NWA? Do you really give a damn about any of those guys in the back?
They'd go to Ring of Honor, Vince.
Well, they have nowhere else to go. Or is it all of them, Roddy Piper?
IWA Mid-South, working in front of, 22 people.
You need to think about that. And then he throws the mic down and he's leaving. And our favorite fan is there who would not give Brian Lawler the chair.
I noticed her, yeah.
Piper is definitely conflicted, dude. Okay, video package time.
Oh, shit. All right. We're going to get a casket match here soon.
This has actually been a decently long feud. I mean, they're showing this flashback from when Sonny Siaki was the one who kept screwing D'Lo in the matches with Styles and stuff. So
yeah.
So this actually has been going on for a while, and I think I joked a while ago, like, tell me we're getting a casket match. And
well,
here
you
we
would
are.
think. I mean, I feel like that's kind of I don't want to say obvious, but like a natural progression if you do incorporate the casket and him saying that whole D'Lo's dead. I just want to know, how does he not know that D'Lo's in that casket when he jumps out? That's what I want to know.
He didn't bring it out, man. He was too busy dressed in his leather.
I'll tell you right now, I would have had a heart attack with Trinity wearing that outfit in front of me. So.
So you'd need to get put into the casket.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That was a good reveal, though.
I like how he was literally bowing his head on the casket, and D'Lo fucking popped out.
Yeah.
D'Lo whips Trinity off his back, and yeah, that was a pretty good outfit of hers. Oh, this looks like it's probably from Explosion.
Yeah, probably.
Wednesday night. Damn it, Scott D'Amore. Hashtag we want Explosion.
Give it to us. I'm pretty sure that if they were to upload Explosion to any of their apps,
look at how round D'Lo's head looked right there.
There would be millions of followers, subscribers.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Sonny Siaki, D'Lo Brown.
burying his career down for good.
Well, and as everyone knows, if you're a listener of IcoPod and the TNA Crossline podcast, I'm a sucker for casket matches, apparently. So
Here you are.
I'm ready, man.
How can I see the dancers if it's dark in there? Come on.
Well, you get Trinity dancing, apparently.
It's bullshit. Who?
I'm actually surprised that Trinity's like been healed this long. I didn't think that she was gonna stay there very long. As soon as she turned, I was like, this ain't gonna last.
You're surprised that she's been healed for so long?
Yeah, like when she turned and like joined Siaki, and it was like, hey, I'm joining with Vince Russo. I was like, this shit ain't gonna last long at all.
I'm not surprised. I wish that she had remained a babyface, because I think like the sympathy of her being abused by Kid Cash probably could have been carried a little while.
Yeah.
But you can't, like, that's the thing. You got to avoid the constant flip-flopping. Why is the casket in the ring like that?
Yeah, so I was going to mention, the casket is in the ring. One side is open, so it's not even completely open right now. And now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is not the only time that they do essentially a casket match with the casket in the ring. Because I'm pretty sure that the last rights match, the casket's like in the ring, and then it like lifts up or some shit like that.
I didn't know that.
And that's
I don't like that
insane.
it's just laying in the ring. Okay, Siaki's already fallen in there. Now D'Lo's getting distracted by Trinity, which I would be distracted by Trinity as well. Oh, Siaki kicks it open.
I'm checking out the last right match to make sure I'm not insane here quick. Oh yeah, dude, the casket's literally just laying in the ring in the last rights match as well. But I'm pretty sure at the end of it, it like it like lifts off the ground, and there's like
isn't it like attached to like cords or something?
Yeah. So essentially, that one they like bring you up to heaven after or something. I don't know what the gimmick's supposed to be, but
Snap suplex by D'Lo Brown. Are you down with the Brown?
And also, if I'm not mistaken, the last straight match is not very good.
What is that? Abyss and Sting, right?
Yeah, I feel like I watched it and I was like, okay.
Yeah. Well,
see, I think
that's also a match where they're like fire Russo, right?
I do think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is why I think it's kind of cool to have the casket in the ring, because now it's up in the corner and D'Lo just whipped Sonny Siaki into the casket that's leaned up in the corner. This is making a casket match exciting. This isn't no Undertaker reaching the hand out, dude. Flapjack onto the fucking casket.
See, I think it still should be on the outside. You roll them in.
Why though?
Because like it cuts off like a portion of the ring. I don't like that.
Trinity hurt me. That's a fun sign.
Well, that's like that. I think that means like emotionally hurt me.
Oh, I took it like sexual abuse, like beat me up in the bedroom.
No, I took it as like I'm gonna fall in love with you, and then you're gonna hurt me.
I like that better, I think.
But then I might be just projecting my own feelings.
Yeah, well, it's not all sunshine and rainbows in the Colling Jr. household.
Why don't you love me?
Poor Sarah.
Yeah, she's got to deal with my.
Holy!
What was that?
The foam from the like cushion inside the casket is like shredded and like exploded. You go Irish whip coming back body drop. Nearly broke his neck because he barely rotated.
Clothesline.
He rotated quickly is what I should say there. A couple clotheslines by D'Lo, who's wearing that shitty ass shirt again.
I love it. He's got the tight shirt because when Jared did that, he was champion. So he's probably figuring the same thing will happen with him.
That's a good point, actually.
Oh, Trinity's holding D'Lo in the corner. Oh, and Siaki just shoves the casket into his back.
She's like, I didn't do nothing. As if it really matters. There's got to be no DQ in this. I mean, look at it.
It's a casket match. Of course that's no disqualification. It's all bent up.
Well, the thing that's interesting is, like, for a company who, I mean, we have a little more funding now. I mean, that casket couldn't have been cheap, and we're just beating the shit out of it. We can't reuse that for a different casket match. Holy.
D'Lo just dropped Siaki back first onto the casket with like
No way.
Sky high. Is he gonna do a top rope frog splash?
Okay, kind of.
Oh, he kind of hit it. His forearms landed on him.
That wasn't as like holy shit as I was thinking it was about to be.
No, I would have had him go to the other corner, the closer corner.
Who's this? 3. It's Jamal.
ECMO. Oh. Press slam into a Samoan drop.
The cousin of Yokozuna, nephew of the Wild Samoans. Sonny Siaki sneaking out of the casket now. Oh. Good night, D'Lo.
Big splash to the back.
ECMO just fucked you up, bro.
It definitely had to have hurt.
And
does Sonny have his own ace in the hole? Is he gonna win?
Well, the
door's broke. It's broken. No, he lost. It's not okay. Well,
they made sure it closed.
Well, that's interesting. I could get behind an ECMO Siaki tag team, I guess.
Well, I was gonna say at first I was like, this is random, but I was like, wait, no, because he's Samoan as well, so it all kind of. Don Callis on the phone, freaking out backstage. Scott Hudson trying to figure out what's going on. I'll get to Roddy Piper in just a minute, but first I'm dealing with Jerry Lynn. He's pissed that Jerry Lynn's getting a title match. Said it's completely ridiculous.
Well, I would be too. I mean, I don't know if Lynn's really won anything, right?
Well, he's out there been using excessive violence and stuff, dude. That's why. He doesn't care who Eric Watts is. You're not getting any title match tonight. Okay, so it's off already. And as far as Piper goes, wait, here's Eric Watts. Look at him all act nice. Dude, hey, good to see you, buddy. Shakes his hand. He just wants to clear a few things up. Guess he's the director of authority here in TNA. Oh, okay, so the title match is happening whether he likes it or not.
So he canceled it, and then Eric Watts was like, no, it's on.
Wait, he said he's got all the power. He's got papers to prove it. Oh, he gave him the middle finger.
Well, here's Russo again.
He said AJ will take on anyone. He doesn't give a damn. And then he said to Cal's, hey, we got to talk. Look, he just gives Scott Hudson the papers as well. Good shit. 6-man X Division action. Up next, dude.
Well, Hudson hesitated like as if he forgot what to say. It's a 6-man tag.
We got Nasawa.
Oh, is it a 6-man like match or a 6-person tag match?
I think it's a tag match. Saban came out a little early, I think, because now they're just in his music.
They're all just standing there. I think that they're all getting a different entrance because they're a team.
Yeah. Who's his partner here? Oh, X Division champion.
Michael Shane. So yeah, it's definitely a 6-man tag. Nasawa.
Oh, Nasawa's got an ICP tattoo on his neck.
Sure does. In case you're watching along with us, we're at 36-24, 25-26. I can't wait to find out if the NWA is going to pick AJ Styles, essentially AJ Styles, or Roddy Piper.
Oh, shit. Look at this, dude. It's David Young.
That's not David Young.
I know it's not. It's Eric Young. That's
Eric Young.
TNA debut, but the nameplate says David Young.
They used David Young's music for him.
Was it really his music, too?
That was David Young's music.
Fuck.
That is honestly fucking hilarious. Eric Young wasn't in the fucking X Cup.
No, he wasn't. He's the only one in this match who's not, because here comes the Jews, dude. So that's weird. I wonder if they couldn't keep Johnny Storm around, or obviously Ted Hart. We know from our
Yeah,
notes
Ted
that
Hart was the
that wasn't going to last.
he was the head case here.
And who's the other one? Aren't we missing one more? Or is that everyone?
I don't know.
I'm looking. Hold on. Well, Jerry Lynn is
Jerry
technically
Lynn. I was
one.
gonna
That's
say,
why.
yeah, it was 8, right? 8 guys.
Yep. I think that they should be. I think Laz should be in this because Laz is one of my new favorites.
Laz.
So Eric Young, his debut match here in TNA. This is pretty cool, even though they don't know who he is apparently.
Oh, I think it's hilarious that they're like, oh, here's David Young, and we're gonna use David Young's music as well.
Yeah,
If I was David Young, I'd be like, listen, I should get paid.
Oh,
Pay me my book fee.
he's been wrestling primarily for Canada and Michigan. He's been fighting Chris Sabin in Canada, apparently.
Eric Young, yeah?
That's what Mike Tenay just said. Bob slacking. We don't know what Eric Young was doing before this, besides just random independence.
It's not my fault.
Juice taking Michael.
I go with whatever cage match supplies me.
Oh, nasty chops to Michael Shane by the Juice. But Michael Shane whips him, rolls through.
I think Juicy Juice needs to get an X Division title match.
He's not Juicy Juice. He's just the Juice, dude.
No, he's Juicy Juice.
But I agree. I think he also needs a title match.
The Juicy Juice.
Nasawa, 8-year pro. Him and Hoovy going at it here.
They both tried some tilt-a-whirls, but neither one seated dropkick by the Juicy Juice. I think I just like saying Juicy Juice.
I know, I get it, man. I can't hate you for it.
Next time I drink some juice, I'm gonna be like, and like Sarah's here, I'm gonna be like, this is some good Juicy Juice. But I'm gonna say it like Hoovy.
So it looks like this is like he makes another Nasawa, that is, who luckily is still in the ring. Eric Young's with him now. He makes another TNA appearance. It's technically a TNA appearance in 2014.
Really?
Yeah, it's a Wrestle One show, but it looks like it was co-branded with TNA.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty interesting. He also wrestled in Wrestle One a lot. He wrestled in pretty much every single Japanese promotion you can think of. I mean, I see FMW, DDT. I mean, you name it, it's on here. New Japan's even on there. All Japan. I mean, this guy has been everywhere. And he's still active. He's in Noah now, currently, I believe. His last couple matches, yeah. Even as of literally a couple days ago, he wrestled in Noah.
Eric Young with he had a heel kick and drop kick to control his hated rival.
Kazarian and EY double team Sabin with a leg drop and a splash. But Sabin kicks out because he's Chris Sabin. He won the Super X Cup. But Jake, now that I think about it, that's making him the number one contender, is it not? And he's teaming with the champion, so that's kind of interesting.
Because he won the X Cup?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he's the number one contender. I would have to assume he gets a title shot from that.
That's probably accurate. I'm thinking that Sabin turns babyface sooner rather than later.
I think so as well. But I'll tell you what, I've actually been enjoying his heel work since he came in the company. I think it's been a lot of fun. Springboard, is it a kick?
Spinning heel kick.
It looked like he was going for like an elbow at first, and then he didn't. Quick tags here. Michael Shane's back, or he's not back in the ring, but he's in the ring now. He was just beating up Kazarian on the outside a little bit. Kazarian goes for an Irish whip, it's reversed. Kazarian's in the corner, moves out of the way when Michael Shane runs at him. But then Kazarian gets a boot to the face. Michael Shane calling for a tornado DDT. Kazarian's like, no, fuck you. I beat you in the Super X Cup.
Not today.
Not today. Oh, Kazarian jumps up to the second rope. Gets a couple elbows, though. Michael Shane, Spain neckbreaker.
Swinging neck.
Swinging neckbreaker. They spun. They swung. Same thing.
The swing thing. Only got a 2 count on it, though.
Yeah, so I'm wondering why Eric Young is in this match. He is kind of random. I wonder if it is something about Johnny Storm's schedule and he couldn't come back for this or something.
Well, I'm sure he's getting his foot in the door through Mr. Scott D'Amore.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying this is obviously a Super X Cup tag match, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, Eric Young certainly isn't an X Division guy, right? I wouldn't classify him as one.
Well, it depends how you look at it. He is a smaller guy, but this earlier X Division stuff, besides our couple Sonny Siaki and stuff like that, I mean, has been highly athletic and doing some pretty wild stuff. So does Eric Young fit that, Bill? Not really.
I think his style of wrestling doesn't really fit an X Division style.
No, but you know what, dude? The X Division there's no limits, and there's no weight limits.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If that were to be accurate, and I know that Abyss technically wins the X Division championship at some point,
and so did Samoa Joe. He's a little bit heavier.
Oh,
that's kind of how they started it, I think, to be honest. The whole no.
Well, I was gonna say for at least the first 3 years of the company, no one over 200 pounds was champion.
Yeah, I mean, realistically.
Until Samoa Joe came in there and was a bully, which we'll get to eventually, and we'll fucking love it. So
yeah, see, that's gonna be good shit. Michael Shane and Sabin, Irish Whip Hoovy, he did a 619 to nothing, and then he springboard to the outside to Nasawa.
We should point out Kazarian had a nice flurry of offense earlier. He did a Hurricanrana and a springboard. Double elbows. Michael Shane just did a somersault dive to the floor.
Now Sabin's going after EY, who then ducks a clothesline and for another dive.
EY is an X Division wrestler with a suicide dive.
Okay, I see what's happening. Everyone's going for different dives now. Holy crap. Kazarian did one now after Sabin ducked. So now Sabin's got to do one, right? Or is he going to get the heel heat of I'm going to do it and then fake out?
I think he'll do it.
Holy. Yep, he sure did.
Whenever he does that, it's almost as if he doesn't fully rotate.
Dude, that is impressive.
If no one was on that floor, he would have landed on the top of his head.
Yeah, so he did this thing where he runs and jumps up to the top rope without trying, no hands. He just ran and jumped on top rope and did a springboard flipping senton.
The first time he did that, he missed it. You'll remember.
Sabin and Hoovy.
On the apron.
Oh, reversing the reverse suplex. And there it is.
Oh.
Hoovy driver, baby.
This is a modified one. It was out of a reverse fucking DDT thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hoovy going for the 450, but no, Michael Shane pulls his leg. He gets crouched. EY hits Michael Shane from behind, though. And now Sabin's going to take advantage.
Cradle Shack, 1, 2. Kazarian breaks up the cover.
Wave of the future.
Oh.
Michael Shane's in the ring, though. He's going for that super kick. Oh, Kazarian caught it. And gave.
Fisherman Buster. Fisherman DDT. Or a lifting DDT.
TNA, what's he call that? I'm sure he's got a name.
Chin. Career pulled him out.
There you go. Hoovy goes. Oh, he grabbed Michael Shane.
Slow motion head scissors.
Referee's in the fucking way.
The guard railing.
The Sawa in the ring with EY. Okay, stop with the fast cuts. He's doing
keep the focus
Shining
on
Wizard.
Nice.
Little Muto right there.
He kind of gives me, to some extent, Tajiri vibes.
Yeah, the pants, I think, are helping with that. His gear. Whoa.
Nice. Wheelbarrow neck breaker by EY.
Oh, belt to the head, though.
Saban just decked him with the X Division Championship. I don't know if that was necessary.
But Michael Shane's getting the pin. Saban's like mad, but who was actually legal? Who is Kazarian doing?
Kazarian was just talking to a girl. That's Angelina Love, dude.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's Angelina Love. Wow, Kazarian got distracted by a lady friend.
I can't believe that she was just right there. And why was he just randomly talking to her?
That is funny. Do the turn. There it is.
So now we're getting a Christopher Daniels. It's a Daniels and Jeff Jarrett video package, I think.
So does that mean that? So Kazarian going to become like a ladies' man or something? Or
how can you not? This dude's
he's
like
California boy, surfer dude.
Ugh.
But I'll be honest with you, Angelina Love there did not look appetizing.
I didn't even realize it was her.
Yeah, she did not look.
The hair. I'll tell you what. The hairstyle was certainly
the
something.
Hairstyle questionable.
Yeah, Bob. This show is flying by. We're at 48 minutes and 33 seconds, and we are.
That's what happens when you're looking forward to something.
Well, we've gone through. We have a total of 6 matches tonight. We've gone through 3 of them, and I've been pretty satisfied with the show so far. How about you?
I say it's been okay. I think my opinion on this show is weighing heavily on the hair versus hair match.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
But we also still have AJ and Jerry, and I don't know if those guys are capable of having a bad match.
That's true too, man.
So, I don't know. I don't remember what the other match is.
We just know that Swinger and Diamond are defending their titles, but that's it, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Daniel's talking. It looks like probably from an explosion, I'm assuming. Bloodied, bruised. You see before you a fallen angel. He's all bloody from the guitar shot. The only thing that ends is the first chapter of the story. Metamorphosis versus tradition. And here's Jarrett talking.
I don't know why I just laughed, but from Daniel talking to then Jarrett just yelling was kind of funny to me.
He's all bloody too.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you compete in a War Games match.
They're also fighting. They're talking in the same area. Obviously.
Yeah, I noticed that the caution thing.
Yeah.
Kind of made that obvious, yeah.
Say your prayers, and then you got to end it with
do the turnaround again. Yeah, that's my favorite taunt.
And here's Daniels backstage with a candle.
It's probably a candle from Raven.
Right? For 40 days and 40 nights, he spread his gospel. He believes his words have fell on deaf ears, but now he sees that you have shed your fear. So he's with some... I don't know what to call him. My head's just going Altar Boy Luke, but they're like altar boys.
That's Nate Webb.
Oh, shit.
Upper left.
I thought he looked familiar. Well, these other guys, come on, Bob.
The middle guy looks like a fucking creep.
Just go now. Do these things in my name. And while you do, I shall continue to spread my gospel and bring new members. They said, you are
our light.
And then they walked away. Okay, so that was very odd.
Cool, okay. So now Daniels has a cult. What is
it?
It
looks like Jarrett's probably about to come out right now. Okay. Yeah, so Daniels definitely has like a cult. The cult of the fallen angel. What are you singing?
His theme song.
That's what that's supposed to be.
My world, my world.
Jesus.
It's my world.
Let's see what Jarrett's going to come out here and tell us. I'm sure he's going to talk for a while.
Listen here, AJ Styles. You got something that Double J wants.
Okay.
NWA World Championship, right? Is that what we're going to do?
Aren't you not supposed to wear white pants after Labor Day? This dude's wearing white pants and a white shirt.
Leave him alone. Okay? He's not married. Oh, wait, yeah, he is. Shit. Damn it. No.
Let's get right down to business. Because this show is total non-stop action.
So let me come out here and talk.
Point number 1. Asking Eric Watts where his title shot is. Okay. Vince Russo. Well, Jarrett wants his title match now, goddammit. Point number 2. TNA officials. You got a big decision to make tonight, which literally doesn't make any sense, but that's fine.
How is it a big decision? Do we want Piper or do we want to keep our NWA World Champion?
And like we have to make this decision because Vince Russo said so.
Oh no. Roddy Piper's like 60. AJ Styles is like 23.
Point number 3.
AJ Styles has like the greatest match. Oh,
Christopher Daniels playing hide and seek tonight, but he better start counting, Chris. Tonight I'm the hunter, and you're the hunted.
Why do I feel like those cult guys are going to come out here to try to attack him?
Yeah, and I mean, do you think Jarrett wearing white is because he's going to be covered in blood soon or something?
Maybe.
Okay, so Jarrett's on the hunt.
What?
Scott Hudson's talking to Mad Mikey backstage. Fed up.
I like it.
His partner Shark Boy, there he is. He's calling him Jaws.
We have a chance to win gold. He's pissing off Mad Mikey. What is this guy thinking?
Oh.
Oof.
He said I play with dolls too, but I do it on my own time, and now he's just destroying it.
Pissed. Oh.
Dude's nuts.
Bring the controller. Come on, now he's dragging him by his fin.
Okay. Well, wait, they just said non-title bout? Okay, I guess they're just in action.
Well, then I guess you're not going to... I guess they don't have a chance to win gold.
I would say that means they're going to win. No, I'm kidding.
They might.
Here comes Glenn Gilberti. He's not dressed as a cowboy anymore. We're over that. Swinger and Diamond here are NWA Tag Team Champions.
I'll say they look great as champions.
Dude, yeah, they do. I don't know if you saw recently, Bob, but Glenn Gilberti recently just replied to one of our tweets about him defeating Dusty Rhodes in the bull rope match, and he just wrote, "Great booking."
Of course.
Yeah,
well, I'm sure he was on the booking team, so he probably putting himself over. Man, Mikey and Shark Boy. We're at 55, 48, 49, 50 in case you are watching along. That means we're over the halfway mark of the program. That up. I wonder if FedEx would try to sue them.
Well, he's fed up. And he dyed his hair blonde again.
Was he not blonde before?
No, it was...
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Darker. Okay, bell ring, Swinger, and Mad Mikey are starting us off in this tag team match.
I feel like Dallas has his own little wrestling match going on at his house.
I was trying to hope it was an end. I'm gonna try to mute while I'm not talking because the dog is zooming around, baby.
Oh my god. That's funny. What does he do? He's walking on the bottom rope.
Dude, yeah,
like he's
Rope.
Undertaker. That's funny.
Oh, Swinger or Diamond tried to come in and he got kicked.
I kind of like that he walked the bottom rope to do his Undertaker thing. Oh, Sharpboy with a missile dropkick on Swinger as Mad Mikey was holding him. 1, 2. Nope. Oh, he dropped him face first over the top turnbuckle. Simon Diamond trying to get involved. Shark Boy hammering it away with some right hands.
Yeah, it'd probably help if I unmuted when I was trying to talk, huh?
I didn't even notice you were trying. Hurricane Rana by Shark Boy. 1.
I pretty much
2.
was saying everything you were saying, so, you know, that's why I was like, wow, we're just saying the same thing. And I looked down and, okay, I was muted. Oh, Shark Boy doing the wiggle.
Yeah, he's doing like a Norman Smiley thing.
Throwback.
What? They were partners?
For like 1 week. And then like I think for a couple weeks, it was like Norman was like his hype man. Like I remember before they had like a number 1 contenders match, Norman was like, you got this. Like, you can do it.
Oh, okay. Well, today made it sound like as if they had been long-standing partners.
Yeah, no, they were not. These are so damn unpredictable. Okay, that's like a reverse problem solver.
Pretty much, yeah. An elevated reverse DDT.
Swinger's choking.
Instead of an elevated DDT. I'm surprised I've been enjoying Swinger Diamond as much as I have. And I thought like Swinger would weigh down the tag team, but he has not.
No, and look at Jeff Jarrett. We're getting picture in picture here. Jeff Jarrett's outside with Scott Hudson, and they're just looking around. Oh, and you hear the audio. Yeah. Hmm. Well, I think
he's going to get mugged.
Yes, for sure. I think it might have been Diamond who said on Twitter from one of our posts, or maybe it was from someone else. I can't remember. Either way, that he said like, I think he said that his like their run as like tag team champions, or maybe his tag team was like underrated. And I was like, yeah. You're damn right, it's awesome. Like the feud with America's Most Wanted has been really good.
Yeah, no, it was definitely Simon Diamond that was saying that, and he's right.
Well, Shark Boy's in here. Dropkick to Swinger. Dropkick to Diamond. There's a couple Shark Boy masks in the crowd. And so that means they weren't handed out.
I'm willing to bet that Shark Boy was selling his stuff.
I would hope so. Because TNA tried that, and I don't think it worked.
No.
Oh, up and over. Atomic drop.
Atomic drop. He's going to bite his ass?
Oh, I thought he was going to, too.
I think he was trying to, but Diamond kicked him.
Oh! Diamond just hit Glenn Gilberti on the ringside, and it sounded like he hit something pretty hard.
I think he hit the ground pretty hard.
Shark Boy's going for those punches on Swinger. Is he going to bite him? There it is.
Come on. Oh, Shell, yeah. Am I right? Oh, Shell,
DSD?
yeah.
Dead Sea drop.
Got it. 1, 2. Oh, Gilberti put his foot on the bottom rope. You bastard. Oh, man, Mikey going after Glenn Gilberti. Oh, hockey punches. Putting his shirt over his head. Uh-oh. Problem solver on Shark Boy. That's got to be it. 1, 2, 3.
There it is.
And here's the thing. I like that. There's no BS finish. They should beat Mad Mikey and Shark Boy, no problem. I like it. Oh, what? Oh my God. Well, Jeff Jarrett's mugging the cult guys here.
Yeah.
Oh, head first into the door. Who's this guy? Oh, it's Nate Webb. Nate Webb getting some offense in. That's right. IWA Mid-South. Look at this. Nate Webb's a top guy. He's a star. Oh, onto some merch.
What is that, the merch table?
It looks like it. A fake one, at least.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the fake concession stands that WCW would have, like to the side of the...
off to the side, yeah.
Side of the stage. Like, no one was ever over there.
Concession stand brawls.
Yeah. You want your nachos? Well, too bad. You're not ever going to get it over here. So.
Oh, fuck.
Oh. Unprotected chair shot. No surprise. He rips away the caution sign. I'm pretty sure that's a misdemeanor if you do that, but whatever.
This young minion. That's what we're calling him, apparently.
Oh, no. Is someone going to get thrown off the fucking balcony thing again? Oh.
Oh, wow. Jarrett just murdered that guy.
So Jarrett just threw Nate Webb over the balcony, and then Webb somersaulted through a table.
Holy shit, dude.
Jeez. I can't say I'm surprised that Webb did that. He does some crazy stuff. So.
Does he? Okay. I would have to assume some of those other guys have to be some of the guys who are wrestling on Explosion, but Nate Webb is not one of them unless he goes by a different name.
I don't know if he has a different name, but yeah, I would imagine they were on Explosion.
Okay, so Jarrett's back out here.
Fantastic.
He wants his title rematch, god damn it, dude. Come on.
Give him the rematch, guys. What are we waiting for? He's going to hold the show hostage.
Let's look at the history between the two. Okay. We've crossed the hour mark. We're at an hour, 3 minutes, and 49 seconds. Look at all these nice things they're saying. They put TNA on the map. Wow, they really just zoomed in wicked close.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Who's got 2 hoop earrings in, which is a funny look for him.
These like camera angles remind me of like MTV dating shows.
Yeah.
So AJ Styles right now is like the frat boy. And he's like, I like girls with fat asses, and like you better not talk back to me, because if you do, you're next.
You're next.
Jerry Lynn does have like, I don't know, something about his like goatee is like doesn't make sense to me.
It looks like he did the thing that some guys do where they shave like a little bit under the nose, so it's like thinner on the top.
Yeah.
Not my look, but teach their own.
It's also been dyed. Like there's no doubt about it.
Well, he was probably getting self-conscious. He's getting older.
Yeah, but he's blonde. It'd just be going white.
NWA World Heavyweight Belt.
Isn't it Worlds? NWA Worlds Champion?
I always would say NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
That's what I say too, but then like Nick Aldis is like NWA Worlds Champion.
No, he ain't the world's champion no more, baby.
He ain't.
Trevor Murdoch is.
The new Harley race. Showing you everything. Well, I think it's safe to say that Jerry Lynn is going to be the NWA. See, now Taneda said Worlds.
I think sometimes I do, but
I don't. Jerry Lynn 5'10", 210, 15 years. AJ Styles 5'11", 215, 4 years.
Watts granted the match. The first match since November for TNA's feud of 2002. So they haven't wrestled since November. That's kind of cool. Experience Edge versus the Russo Factor, dude. Which one is it going to be?
Jerry Lynn's going to be champion.
Yeah, well, we all have dreams, and unfortunately, some of them got to get crushed.
Book it.
Dun it. Dun it.
Dun it. Dun it. Dun 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 it.
Athena wearing her best like traffic cone green tonight.
Who?
Athena.
Oh.
It's like bright lime green dress.
I didn't even notice her.
If
If she ain't Lollipop, I ain't interested. Oh, there you go. What the fuck was that?
I think we just saw a different highlight package real quick of like Raven being grabbed by the white hand.
What the hell was that?
Okay. That was weird.
Yeah. That's
Styles
probably
for
like
sure.
coming up next or something. That video package.
Well, I think it is the next match, so they probably like pressed the wrong button in production.
Yeah.
World's heavyweight champion. See, so they said it again. I guess because it's the world's champion. So I think it depends how you use it.
Yeah, but how many worlds are there?
No, but I mean, I think it means like it is the Earth's champion, the world's champion.
Yeah, or you could just say world.
Well, I agree, but
That's why the NWA isn't a bigger deal. Because
that's why
they don't know how to pronounce their shit.
That's the exact reason, man.
That's it. If you just get rid of the S, I'm sure 50 million people are watching Power.
Yeah, it's not because they want to fight and are charging you weekly.
No.
After giving you a free show for like almost a year.
Right. Well, I mean, how else would you do it? I mean, you wouldn't put it behind a paywall for weekly television? I mean, AEW, arguably the best TV show, they're behind a paywall, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right? They don't have a free show, two free shows on TNT, and then 2 free shows on YouTube, right?
No, and they didn't take half of the NWA's talent either.
No, they did not.
And TNA didn't take the other half, or Impact.
Yeah, that's fine. I feel like if you're an NWA right now, you're probably not going to be in the major 2 or 3 promotions. Maybe you'll go to Ring of Honor at some point, but I don't know.
I don't think Ring of Honor is even in the top 3 anymore.
You know what? You're probably right. And it's funny because like there's nothing going on in Ring of Honor that has my interest.
No, every time they post something, I'm like, wow, I don't care still. And there's people there I really like.
Yeah,
so
they've got
that's
some
what
good
sucks
talent
to me.
there. Yeah. But it's like there's no storyline. Like what am I supposed to be interested in? Like nothing? Okay.
I think their biggest storyline that I saw recently was like Vincent and Matt Taven, like their last match. But it was like,
right.
I don't know if I really.
Yeah,
care
but like
that.
it's Vincent.
Well, exactly. Because I like Taven, but Vincent not so much.
See, like I think Taven's okay, but I don't think I would classify him as like a top guy.
Well, in Ring of
Which
Honor.
is what they're like doing.
But we started the match, by the way, a couple slaps here. Nothing too crazy yet. But yeah, I agree with you. Do you remember when we saw Matt Taven in 2CW like wave, or maybe I did? I think you were there though.
Oh, I saw him a couple times. I remember he
Like,
fought Mike Bennett. Mike Bennett at like Nightmare Before Christmas 2010. And I didn't really know who either one of them were. I think I knew who Bennett was. Because I think he had debuted in Ring of Honor by that point. But Taven, I didn't really know. And he was there. Like the Kingdom was there too.
That was fun.
Clothesline by Lynn. See, look at this dude. It's just a matter of time. He's about to beat AJ.
Clothesline after Styles went for a kick and Lynn flipped him and Styles landed on his feet and then essentially was taken down anyways. But now Lynn's kicking in the corner. Now this is a more aggressive Jerry Lynn than we've seen before.
He's pissed, dude.
Well, Don Callis is probably going to come out here and just fuck this match up. Styles up to the top rope, moonsault, but Lynn moves out of the way. Monkey flip. Oh,
I thought he was going to hit fucking Rudy Charles.
Tilt-a-whirl. Holy shit, that was a big tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. That was huge. He like spinned him like twice, it looked like.
Gets a 2 count. Come on, Jerry.
The only thing that does suck is it's like I could have seen them like trying to actually do like build this up again for Styles to have another challenger, but they're like, here you go.
Yeah.
They could have worked with this a little bit. Triple H's bachelor party. Damn, I missed the sign.
Ooh, elbow. Springboard. Moonsault. DDT. Jerry counters with the... Oh, he dropped Styles over the top rope chest first.
He did.
Springboard, drop kick. And then AJ decided to do a somersault to the floor to sell that. Interesting approach. Don Callis. Get him, Jerry.
Lynn's telling everyone to get the fuck out of the way. Fucking move. They're like, we can't. There's still chairs here.
No, Jerry would be saying, "Move," like that.
Move.
You can't do a rock star voice.
I could, but I don't really want to right now because I'll hurt my throat.
Yeah, I definitely just hurt my throat when I did that.
Yeah, I'm not happy. If you want me to watch the next 40 minutes with you, I just can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. AJ Styles jumped off the guardrail at Lynn, but he dropped him into a gut buster.
You know what? I forgot to tell you. So I don't know if you've even been here since it happened, but one of my neighbors above me flooded their bathroom, and the ceiling was all gross.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, they fixed it.
I know you wrote the note.
I did.
That's good. Lynn gets slingshotted.
And they also replaced the carbon monoxide thing because it was beeping like it was dead.
Wow, dude, you're getting shit done there.
Yeah, man.
I like it. Breaking the count, though. We're just fighting on the outside. Oh, is Jerry Lynn bleeding? Yep, he is.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Well, it's common knowledge that blood adds to the match. So if you're Jerry Lynn, cut your forehead, dude, and the match is automatically probably 4 stars.
TNA just noticed it. He's like, oh my God.
Oh, well, he's bleeding pretty fucking good, Dallas, so that's probably justifiable.
I agree, dude. He's fucking gushing.
Jeez.
From getting hit in the steel steps, dude. That's what that's from.
Probably. Jeez. Maybe Jerry's not going to win. Get him,
Lynn
Jerry.
off the ropes. Oh, back elbow. God, what contact. What impact. God.
This action's been nonstop. For the World's Championship.
Styles into the corner. Boots, Jerry Lynn. Oh. What's he doing? Tornado DDT? Oh, Lynn counters. Oh. Overhead suplex.
I like how there's just blood all over Styles' side.
Well, Jerry Lynn now has red hair.
Yeah, he's also a crimson mask.
Say that 3 times fast. 5 times.
I don't want to.
Crimson mask, crimson mask, crimson mask, crimson mask, crimson mask, crimson mask.
I did it.
Oh, okay. That wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Hurt me, Trinity.
Red Rover. Okay, that was easy.
Lynn ducks the clothesline, discus clothesline, goes for a couple punches. Up and over goes Styles. Swinging, or spinning. See, today said both too. He said both swinging and spinning neckbreaker. TKO.
1, 2. Damn it.
Jerry Lynn's so focused, he doesn't even know he's bleeding, Don Watts says, as Jerry Lynn's blood is covering the mat and AJ Styles. Who would have known? Whip Styles into the corner. Boom.
Springboard? No. Slingshot, Hurricane attempt, but Lynn counters with a running Liger bomb, which landed right on AJ's shoulder. And that was a very close 2 count.
Can we see that again?
Guys in the truck. We got to see it. We need it. Please
They're
give
not
it
doing
to
it.
us.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Fuck, dude, that was awesome.
That was early on in TNA. That was my favorite thing. Guys, Keith, please, please give it to
shit. Going for the cradle pile driver, but Trinity pushed the ref into Lynn, which then allowed Styles to counter it.
Oh.
Brainbuster!
Here we go. 1, 2. No, Jerry said, fuck you, I'm kicking out. I wonder when the last time Jerry and AJ had a match. Before Jerry retired, obviously.
Well, let's look.
If I had to guess, I'm going to say that in 2010, they had a match.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, the air raid crashed there. Oh, but
Oh.
who pulled them out? Somebody pulled them out.
Trinity.
Oh, it's Trinity. I always forget Trinity's with AJ. She's arguing with Rudy. Come on, you can't do that. Uh-oh, AJ's got a chair.
Oh, boy. Hold on. I'll update you in a second. Now, you're talking singles match?
Yeah, low blow by AJ.
Oh! Oh, fuck.
Oh, well, Jerry still hit the back of his head on the chair, so he's probably knocked out. 1, 2.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Jerry kicks out again.
Well, because it looks like I'm going to find a singles match as well, but it looks like on September 21st, 2011, AJ Styles and RVD defeated Daniels and Jerry Lynn in like a tag match.
Oh, wow.
Because that looks like that was on like Jerry Lynn's like the end of his TNA. It was right before he fought. Oh, there we go. That's the recount. Styles.
I mean, that was solid.
I thought so.
But it's still a solid match.
Here's Russo.
Great. He's going to be all emotional. So proud of you, AJ. You're my son. Ah, yeah.
See, the problem is like when Jerry Lynn's not in like TNA, it doesn't look like there's probably even the opportunity for him to fight Styles.
Well, unless it was on the Indies. Like AJ
not-
took a booking, but I doubt it.
No, I'm not seeing any. That's the problem here.
Could have. I wonder if it wasn't like 07? 06?
It's going back. I'm in 2008 currently.
Oh.
So Vince Russo's calling for Don Callis, but this isn't Don Callis's music. It's
American Dream, baby.
That's right. Hell no.
Hell no, Don. That's not American Dream, baby. World Heavyweight Champion. See again.
Hurt me, Trinity.
Emotionally.
Potential.
Hurt me so bad that I can't have a healthy relationship for at least 5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years. Holy crap. This is actually, I mean, I'm obviously doing this pretty quick on air, trying to find this. It ain't looking good.
I know.
It's not the decision.
Are you looking
TNA.
through just TNA or through everything?
Oh, no, I'm like scrolling on his matches on Cage Match.
Oh.
But, I mean, like I said, I'm going fast, so there is a chance I could be missing one, but... And I know there's a way to search with feuds, but I'm not fucking with that all right now.
Yeah.
Well, to my research, we just saw their final singles match.
There's no way.
That's a quick search, man. I scrolled and was trying to look.
No way.
Dusty dropping legends' names here in the ring, yelling about people who never got the opportunity.
You're their leader.
I don't know, man.
Me. Okay.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Here we go. There's 2 more after this, not in TNA. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, there's 11/8/2003. They face off in IWA Mid-South. And then on 3/5/06, they face off in One Pro Wrestling. And then it's that tag match, and that's it.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy.
I would have thought they would have more than that. Like, especially at least another one in TNA.
Well, so that's the thing. So technically, we just saw their last singles match in TNA.
Well, that just kind of shows you that that AJ was probably elevated to a point that Jerry never got to.
It's pretty sad.
Dusty's like trying to talk sense into AJ.
That is what it seems like. Like trying to
To
get him
be
away
like
from
a
something.
like a hardworking champion.
He's standing there. Get rid of him. How can Styles get rid of him right now? I feel like
AJ's gonna attack Dusty.
that would make sense, right?
Yeah, but do we really want to see that? Do I really want a Dusty Rhodes AJ Styles match?
No, but I feel like it's gonna happen. He needs someone else to beat up, I guess, for the title. Look, Dusty's like, okay, dude, give it to me.
I'm wearing a white shirt. That means I gotta bleed, dude.
Look, Dusty took the bat. Russo's like, are you kidding me? You gave him the bat.
Russo's overselling it. Yeah, see, I told you.
He hit Dusty in the back, and Dusty like stumbled, and now he's beating the crap out of Styles. Irish whip, back elbow.
Great.
Oh, Styles took the title off. Lower back hit. He's gonna be peeing blood for a week.
I can't wait for the tradition against the youngster.
That's right.
Choking Dusty. I can't believe. Is somebody gonna come out to save Dusty or what? It's Piper. Next week,
like,
Dusty and Piper against Russo and AJ.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh, here's fucking Northcutt and Wilson.
Really? Oh, he slipped out of his jacket. Oh, no.
If these guys can't stop a 65-year-old guy from getting in the ring, they need to be fired.
Who just had surgery.
And has a bad hip. Like, come on. What are we doing here? Oh, and now they're dragging him out like a child who is a spoiled kid at the mall.
Yeah, who didn't get the candy at the store.
Yeah. That is kind of hysterical that they're just doing that.
That was pretty funny, the way they just dragged him out. Jarrett's in the ring.
Of course Jarrett's in the ring.
He's going after Styles, who's running away like a coward. Everyone on the show is wearing white.
Yeah, what is up with that?
Dusty's wearing all white, too. Styles. Jarrett. Okay.
6-man tag. It's going to be Dusty, Piper, and Jarrett against AJ, Trinity, and Vince Russo next week.
No. Daniels.
No, Trinity.
Okay. 1 week from tonight.
Inside Hell in a Cell.
We know this for next week. What is it? 3 Life Crew gets a chance at the tag team titles. Goldberg, nothing but hype.
That's true.
Matches up with our notes there. Their new single, dude. 3 Life Crew's new single next week.
Beware, 3 Life Crew. Beware.
Kid Cash is going to be taking on Terry Taylor.
Oh, God.
Wait, hold on. Something's going on in the back.
Keith, send us to the back.
Wait, this is already happening outside. They're holding Piper back, trying to kick Russo. They're yelling at Don Callis. Scott Hudson's like, yo, what the fuck? Don Callis wants an answer? He goes, you want an answer? Okay, get ready, Piper the hell out of here. He chose Russo.
Are we shocked by that, or?
No. Jeff Jarrett just walked in and tried to take off Don Callis' jacket.
I'm doing my job.
Because you picked Russo over Roddy Piper. You're just talent. You're just meat I put out there. Ryan Wilson trying to break up Jarrett and Callis, but it didn't look like it was helping. Here's the video package.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's the first time that they dragged Raven into the back room.
The former Select Soccer room.
Yep, and we knew that was one of the Harris brothers back then. And holy shit, Bob, we haven't seen the fucking Harris brothers in a minute, dude.
And I ain't complaining in this.
No. No wonder the shows have been so good. Okay, so we're
I swear
an
to God,
hour.
if we see the Harris brothers on this episode now, I'm gonna be pissed.
It'd be sad. We're at an hour 27 minutes and 24 seconds. And we got our final match coming up. I'm pretty fucking excited, dude.
Versus hair. I hope Shane Douglas walks out and he's bald.
That'd be hilarious. I've been waiting for this match probably since we started the show. I mean, this is pretty exciting.
Okay. You're just excited for the aftermath. That's what it is.
Well, it's such a famous moment in TNA's history. Like this, well, I don't want to spoil it.
I think you were trying to say infamous.
Infamous. Well, it's famous, though. I mean, but yeah. I was going to say infamous, and I stopped myself. I don't know why. It's because I'm so excited, dude. I don't even know what to say.
I've definitely been enjoying the feud. I've been enjoying Shane Douglas. The partnership with James Mitchell is bizarre but effective.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. We've mentioned it before that it like oddly works really good.
Yeah.
Time to get your ass franchised. Walk with me. Oh, look at the stitches on Raven's forehead.
If that's a recent, if this is a recent video, not from 3 weeks ago, the chances of those stitches opening up tonight are probably 150%.
I think that's got to be from either the cage match or the week before.
Right. The franchise. The wait is over. Hair versus hair. Who will prevail? Oh, we got a promo.
Let's hear. Blood feud. You know, Raven over the years. Your dirtbag fans and lackeys into believing that he's some sort of violent messiah. Seems like they want to end that perception tonight, he says. How can your lackeys respect you when they're laughing at your bald head?
Why? I don't understand why being bald is such like a insult.
Poor Scott Hudson.
I want to be bald. Being bald is my life mission.
It's not going to be a pretty crew cut. One of you is going to be shaved bald to the bone. And it won't be the franchise. You always say the Raven effect is a short trip and a bad landing. Interesting. Oh, that's funny. How can a Raven soar when he's lost his plumage? It's time to get your ass franchise. Let's make some noise.
That's probably the shortest Shane Douglas promo I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I kind of wish we just heard him yelling a little bit more, but it's okay. Main event of the evening. 1 hour, 31 minutes. Let's go.
Dun, dun. Look into my eyes. Yeah, I love it. Let's go. Shane Douglas. I wish he had the wrong nameplate. Like it said Andy Douglas. Like, what? Who's the fuck is Andy Douglas?
Is he not coming out with Father James Mitchell right now? He's alone at this moment.
He's doing it straight up, man.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't need any help.
Yeah, there's a sign, shave the Raven, nevermore. Yes, he made a deal with the devil. Okay, man. Here comes Raven. I'm ready. He didn't have the weird build-up on his intro this week.
No.
from the
This is a
Bowery.
big match feel. They're not doing like the boxing introductions either. They're getting the intros like normally.
Yeah.
Here we go. Come on, Raven, get in the ring. Let's get this started. Fans love him. Raven should be the NWA World Champion. This match should be for the NWA World Championship.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Only if. But someone's going to be bald. Raven sits in the corner. Shane Douglas. There's the scissors. There's 2 pairs of scissors that you cut paper with, and then a hair clipper.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Who is going to end up bald? Well, I would be I would lose on purpose.
You'd say, fuck it, just shave me bald.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be like, you know what? I'm tired of waking up with an alfalfa, so I think I should just lose. Pin me.
I don't think can your hair get to do that, or does it just keep growing out?
To get an alfalfa?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I grow my hair out long enough, I know when I got shaved my head when I wake up and like this part right here, the back right part of my hair.
Oh, it like stays down or something?
Poofs up.
Or poofs
yeah,
up,
it's like,
yeah.
It's all messed up. It drives me nuts.
Talking about Gorgeous George is one of his final matches in the early 60s. Look at Raven fears Brutus Beefcake.
I'm sure he does.
Shane Douglas getting right in his face. Here we go. Trading blows. We're finally doing it. Here we go. Tanae's going through pretty much every hair match.
I'm trying to... what was... oh, you know what? I think, Kurt and Edge... Judgment 2002 was like the last hair match I remember. At this
that
point.
One, yeah. I mean, when I remember being a kid and like I was like, oh my god, like I need to see this pay-per-view, and I did not see the pay-per-view. And to this day, I don't know if I ever saw the match, but like as a kid,
it's a great match. I remember I got that Judgment 2002. I got that pay-per-view. I don't know how I convinced my mom to get it. So I had just gotten WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So then, like 2 months later, it's like, can I get Judgment Day? I was like, there's Hell in a Cell, hair versus hair, Hogan and Taker. Like, can I get it? Can we get it? And she was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think I definitely remember like wanting to see it. That's like a similar thing of like I don't know if we talked about it here, but definitely like Icopod. But I remember like is like when Kane got unmasked. I was like I fell asleep and I couldn't find a picture anywhere. And as a kid, it was like, oh my god, I need to see what Kane looks like. It's the same thing with the hair thing. It's like, oh my god, I need to see who got their hair cut, and you can't find it.
Yeah, I remember when Kane got unmasked, going to school and trying really hard to find one. And I found one, but it was like super blurry.
Yeah,
so, like digitalized, so you couldn't really find out.
We're brawling on the outside here. Well, yeah, I remember going on WWE.com. It was a thumbnail, probably this big.
Yep.
And I printed out the page, and I was like, I'm keeping this forever, because it's like, it's gone now. I don't have it anymore, but I eventually did get rid of it. But I had it for wicked long, like, dude, years. And it was like, this is my picture of, like, Kane with his mask off.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, yes, we're brawling in the crowd. What a surprise. I am shocked.
Oh, my God. He's just fucking throwing Shane Douglas everywhere. Threw him into another guardrail. Looked like he shoved him.
I want to say in the summer of 2003, like I was super invested into Raw because of the Kane thing. Like him and an RVD.
Yeah.
I was all about it. Oh, Raven whacking Douglas over the back with a steel chair. Uh-oh.
Leg drop with a chair on Douglas's face. And they're on the concrete, damn it.
It's a double whammy right there.
Look at these people sitting down on the bleachers like, oh, okay, we're at a wrestling show, I guess. Look, they're asking
holding a chair?
Jesus is holding a chair. He's like, yo, dude, rock star. He wants
Dude,
this
I'm
big
so
guy.
hot right now.
I'd hold a chair for Raven any day.
I would turn on Raven and hit him with it.
Raven wouldn't pick me though, because I'm so little.
Yeah, probably. And you're also straight edge, and I think Raven's the complete opposite of straight edge.
Well,
Garbage
Raven,
can
baby.
face.
Look at the guy behind him. Yeah, Raven, yes. Look at the security guy. Like,
Is that even a security guy? I don't even know. It doesn't look like security.
I think it's supposed to be.
Hmm.
We're making our way kind of back toward the ring. That's Bob right there in the old Navy shirt.
No. I resent that.
Oh my god, fans into another chair.
That's
Holy
Dallas right there holding the chair from 2003.
Probably was. Okay, here we go. Back into the ring.
Is Douglas going to do a blade job or like what? Because he just got hit with a chair 15 times.
And then we have Jerry Lynn with a bloodbath after he gets like thrown into steps.
Yeah. Cobra Clutch.
Cobra Clutch.
$1 million dream.
What? What? He talked to Mark Lewin, the Purple Haze, to try to perfect this move on the phone this week, apparently, Mike Tenay says.
Could you imagine calling some guy to be like, hey, how do I perfect your hold? That's it. I'm going to call Ric Flair. Hey, Rick, how do I perfect the figure 4?
Dude, that was one of the most bullshit calls I've ever heard Tenay said.
Yeah,
Raven is on the phone calling someone being like, yo, how can I do the Cobra Clutch better?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Under no circumstance would Raven probably ever do that. Douglas avoiding the DDT, and he's going to... No, I thought he was going to bail to the floor. No, he sends Raven to the floor. That was not a drop toe hold. He just avoided him.
Oh, God.
Jeez. Sorry. You gotta love Tenay. He tries.
He's exhausted, dude. This has been a good show. He's wearing down here.
Oh.
We're brawling at ringside again. Actually, that guy right there might be Bob. He's tall as fuck.
I would accept that.
Okay, Raven's dazed at the guardrail here. Douglas is just walking around. He's got something in his hand, I think. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, he just bladed.
Oh, he definitely just bladed.
He just bladed, but then Raven just did a fucking Russian leg sweep.
He just did a blade job on a side Russian leg sweep into... Now okay. That would probably be the blade job.
Dude, that's
funny as shit.
That's up there with the Hogan blade job. That's how bad that just
He mistimed his blade job.
And he went ham. Like, he cut it like 4 times.
Yes, he did. Onto the camera podium thing there.
Although, I'll tell you what, he was smart because he must have told Raven, like, yo, I just bladed. And he kept his head down while...
Yes, he did. Yeah. Yeah, I did notice that. That's funny, though. He fucking mistimed his blade. Oh, that's funny. Oh, another one. They're really going for it.
Might as well make him bleed more since you just fucking did 4 cuts on his head.
Angelina
Love is still sitting ringside.
Oh, I thought she would have left.
So maybe she wasn't like an official plant. Maybe she was. I don't know.
Oh, she's a plant.
Why is she still ringside then?
She's a plant.
Wants to watch the show?
Well, because you got to make it seem legitimate.
No, have to.
If she were to just leave, then it'd be like, okay.
Bro, I went to a magic show once, and like they put a plant in front of me, and like dude like left after like his gimmick. I was like, oh, okay.
That's stupid.
But like I'm a smart fan in wrestling, so I knew he was a plant. Like I'm not an idiot.
That's stupid. What they're gonna show? Look at that! Hey, Angelina, look at him.
She looked disgusted at Shane Douglas a second ago. It was pretty funny.
Well, I would be too if I saw Shane Douglas is bleeding. Oh,
look at her.
You're not Frankie Kazarian. You're gross.
She's like, I'm not getting paid for this part.
Maybe that's why she was there for that as well. Well, Angelina Love will become a staple in TNA in what, 5 years?
Yeah,
It's a long-term booking.
exactly.
Could you imagine if they were like, here's Angelina Love, and you'll remember back in September 17, 2003,
It was like hitting on her ringside for no reason at all. I bet you that goes nowhere, dude.
I think he's just going to be like a womanizer.
And
Like not
with
specifically her, but like
Yeah.
somebody else each week.
Yeah, okay. He'll
Like,
get
oh,
distracted in matches and
hey,
like
fucking Athena, you're hot, and she'll be grossed out and it'll be a whole thing.
thank God Raven is countering these.
Do you think we're not going to get Team Bitch Slap anymore, or what?
I think Bitch Slap was literally that few weeks that it was. I think that's dead. I was wondering about that though.
They're doing like a do-si-do. Somebody put an abdominal stretch on. Thank you, Raven. Jeez.
No, dude, it got counter again. I like that.
Yeah,
They didn't
hip
keep
toss.
us on very long.
Yeah, they didn't have to do like a do-si-do a bunch of times.
Well, no, but
Doug was looking fucking exhausted.
I'm pretty impressed that Father James Mitchell is still not out here.
I like that it's been pretty much straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, just brawling. They hate each other.
Yeah, but that it goes with the feud in this case, especially,
Yeah. There doesn't need to be any new church or gathering bullshit.
No, Gathering hasn't even been seen tonight, so they're probably not even there. Oh God, Shane Douglas is just like spitting. Oh wait, is that where he threw up?
Is he dry heaving?
Is that where he throws up?
I'm
pretty sure he just
not
threw
yet.
up in the ring.
Well, that was.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
one.
Fucking
Two.
Shane Douglas is barfing all over the ring. There's a couple spots, dude.
Yeah.
Despite vomiting during the match, he's able to kick out. See, because there's a spot right there. So he literally threw up while
he's
he was
done it
choking
at
him.
least twice.
I think 3 times, because there's some right there too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think I've seen anybody vomit during a match. Even Draws, when his name was going to be Puke. I don't think I've ever seen somebody actually throw up during a match.
Douglas has a chain he just took out of his boot. Somehow he's going to manage to do this. Raven has a chair for the drop toe hold. Oh, clocks Raven with the chain. Oh, fuck. Raven kicked out.
I don't know what's more painful, getting hit with a chain or landing in Shane Douglas's vomit.
At least it's not chunky.
That's gross. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's a good point.
Drop toe hold to Raven, or to Shane Douglas by Raven.
Face first on the chair. 1, 2, kick out. If I had to guess, he's probably dehydrated. That's what I think's going on.
Could be. We're at 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 16 seconds as Raven gives Shane Douglas a bulldog into the chair that looks stiff as fuck.
Well, Douglas wasn't even attached to him on the bulldog when he did it, but
he wasn't.
No, when Raven jumped, he was completely detached.
Well, because he drove himself then pretty good into that chair.
Yeah, he did. Super kick by Raven. 1, 2, of course.
Oh shit!
Slash pulls out Andrew Thomas because Andrew Thomas just had to extend his legs all the way to the apron to get easily pulled out. I hate when referees do that.
Yeah.
Clothesline in the corner.
What the fuck?
What
Raven's
the fuck is
taking
that?
down everyone.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Andrew Thomas, you can land in the vomit too with Slash. Who cares?
Exploded Slash. Yeah, dude, everyone's in the vomit.
You know what I would do if I was Shane Douglas? I'd scoop up the vomit and then throw it in Raven's face to blind him.
Here comes Sin, super kick to Raven.
Right. Where's the gathering? How come they're not coming out? I want CM Punk to come out and be like, if anybody's going to shave Raven's head, it's fucking me. I was supposed to do it. September 6th in Ring of Honor, you son of a bitch.
There's a table.
Two tables. The jealousy for Raven?
So jealous. Oh, kick him in the gut a couple times as Slash and Sin hold him. Shane Douglas off the rope. Big boot there, and there's Julio. And CM Punk rolls right into Shane Douglas's throat.
Yeah, that's gotta be great. Well, Gathering taking them out with clotheslines over the tops of the floor.
Okay.
Punk sporting a bandana.
And his hair's in a ponytail. It looks so weird.
Yeah.
But we're back to one-on-one. The table's set up now by Shane Douglas. Raven effect.
Oh. 1, 2. Of course not. Kick out.
Dang.
Gotta kill the finishes.
He's fighting us fatigue and nausea. Yeah, you can't really pretend that he didn't just throw up 3 times in the ring.
Yeah, how can you possibly ignore it?
You got to keep bringing it up. Raven now climbing to the top.
Is he going for a top rope DDT? Nope.
Oh,
Douglas shoves him through the table. 1, 2. Oh, kick out.
He just screamed, fuck.
Fuck! What the fuck?
Okay, we had another table ready, though. The New Church were ready for that kick out.
They knew it. They knew that Raven was kicking out of the first one.
Okay, lays Raven across the table.
You've got like under 3 minutes left in the show.
I know.
Douglas going to the middle rope. No. Raven stopping him. Top rope.
Oh, fuck.
Raven effect through the table. 1, 2.
Oh.
I
The light-
fucking knew the way that he was counting that the lights were going to go out.
The lights are out. What's going on? Turn the lights on, please.
Sabu!
Teeth in the back.
Keith, flip the switch. Keith, we need it, please.
Did Tanay just say he heard the bell?
I don't know.
There's a mystery man.
There's a mystery man.
Oh, fuck!
What's that? It's Vampiro.
Oh, fuck. Yeah! Vampiro's the mystery man, baby!
That's nuts.
And he just DDT.
DDT on Raven, and Raven's unconscious because a Vampiro DDT is different than any other DDT. Douglas just pinned Raven, and everybody is shocked. They can't believe it. Raven's going to have to get his hair shaved. Uh-oh, here comes Mitchell with his clippers. And scissors.
Gloves out. If anyone has one of Vampiro's gloves,
I knew.
send us a DM at Cross the Line TNA.
I was waiting for it.
Okay, dude. So Raven now has to get his head shaved. We all know what happens. It's awesome. Well, it's not awesome for Raven, but
Raven can't believe it.
Douglas on the microphone. Welcome to your destiny, Raven. How do you like your hero now? As Mitchell is about to start. Oh, fuck. Oh, God.
And like you can see Raven's like grimacing. He's like, fuck.
He's not just shaving him. Mitchell is scalping Raven. I mean, his fucking head is bleeding at the top because of this.
Yes, it is. And Mitchell has said like he didn't mean to do it. I guess he didn't know what he was doing.
Okay, look at the blood pouring down.
How do you not know that you're fucking up? Look at that. Oh.
Don West threw his headset down. They're holding up a mirror. Take a look at your destiny, Raven.
But here's the thing. Raven's the type of guy where he doesn't look bad bald. But whatever.
And I don't give a damn. And we go off the air. Wow.
Well, Dallas, I feel like I know you're going to say that was a great show.
I had a great time, man. That's a thumbs up for me, brother.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, overall, I really do. I think it was a lot of fun. Um, and we had technically three debuts between Jamal, who I forgot, what's it,
Ekmo.
Ekmo, Eric Young, and Vampiro.
Yeah.
Um, which is really cool. And actually, what I think is even cooler about that is we just went on this hiatus essentially of live shows, and now we're coming back, and well, we got some new names around, got some stuff going on.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, AJ Jerry was okay, but probably a little disappointing considering what they did last year. But
Well, when you look at it like that, I mean, you can't deny it. But however, I do think that it was I thought it was a good match. I think it was definitely better, or I'm not better, excuse me. Definitely different than their X Division matches, but
yes.
and it kind of I feel like it probably was time to be, you know.
Well, I wonder if they consciously made an effort to work a different style because it was for the World Championship.
That's kind of what I'm wondering.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
Me either. Three Life Crew being number one contenders, I think, is a good decision as well. I think that they're so popular that it gives someone new to chase the titles.
Yeah, and you got to give a breather from AMW. So whether it be a week or maybe a couple weeks for Three Life Crew to kind of get a chance to challenge, I think I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you don't want to overkill it too much because I'm sure within a couple of weeks, AMW will be going back at it again. So,
well, yeah, I think the AMW is kind of their go-to team for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was. Well, next week, what did they announce for next week?
They said, shit, what did they say? We were literally talking about it too. Three Life Crew gets their single. They're doing their single, and they're getting their shot at the title.
Yeah.
Was that the only actual match they announced, though?
I think so. I don't remember them saying anything else.
Oh, Kid Cash and Terry Taylor, they said.
Oh, right. Good thing I forgot about that, and you reminded me of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry I had to remind you about that. I think that was it, though.
All right. Well, if based off of that, it might be a weaker show next week in terms of what is announced.
Yeah. I think that's a fair thing to say.
It should be interesting to see what they do with AJ now. I mean, I'm assuming we have to be getting a Daniels Jarrett singles match, considering Jarrett destroyed his minions.
Yeah, that's coming real soon, I think. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting to look forward to. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything else, Dallas, or what?
I don't think so, man. I think this was a lot of fun. Like I said, this was a show I've been looking forward to for quite some time. So I'm glad we finally got here. And I'm glad overall the show was pretty good and not just what we were expecting there at the end. But
yeah, I mean it's definitely a memorable show for the unintentional scalping of Raven and then also the debut of Vampiro. I'm a big Vampiro mark around this time, certainly from his WCW days. So it should be interesting to see kind of what he's up to here, and I'm assuming Raven will be pivoting to a Vampiro feud now.
Yeah, and I kind of like I think I really like that idea.
Does that mean that Shane Douglas has won the feud, though?
I'm going to say yeah. I think
I would have to think so, right?
I think it's switching now, which makes sense if Vampiro's been this mystery man all along. It's essentially screwing Raven, you know. Yeah. And I think that I think it's gonna be really interesting. I also really like Vampiro's look, the short hair with like the face paint stuff. So I'm really excited to kind of see what he does here, at least until more face paint comes back and things might change for us. But you never know. We're gonna have to find out as we keep watching along.
Well, hopefully we will find out next week on the podcast because that's all we got for this week. So until next week, for Dallas Gridley, I'm Bob Colling Jr. This has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.